joints right here, man, that you play when you feeling down on your ism, right? Play this shit right here and resuscitate your pimpin' and get you right back on your mission, right? For you hoes, this that shit you play when you ain't feeling like super hoe today. Play this shit right here and spark up your hoeing and get you right back going, you dig? Dig this. Pimps for real, don't mistake it for fashion. The turf that birthed my reputation for mashing was the track with active, attractive hoes. Professional goers that attract the dough. Like magnets to metal, never settle. We scorching them fag bitches pedal for them portions. Not the ones on the sideline wishing but didn't ball in the guidelines. My bitches did it all. Down 7 below in the snow for dough. Over 120 in the sun for fun. They mash for hours, hooking baths, not showers. Bright and early, down and dirty for the cash and power. They gotta get the cash, the towers, and reach it all to a pimp. In my position, I'm all but exempt. These bras not wimps, I'm like them renegade bitches. BFFs with tricks but never getting paid riches. Grenade bitches, they dynamite, blowing up on the pimpin' and missing when the time is right. But when they life gets strife, they see pimpin' shining bright, but they action is life without. Bitch, one strike you out. Can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga. See, that's the difference, nigga. The pimpin' mashin' for these riches, nigga. Nothing like you master magician, niggas. Smoking mirrors with your game, hella extras to reflect the opposite appearance of a lame. Bitches coming from y'all, I can't rock with those. Tender-footed and rooted in them doctor shows. Soft shoe rituals, minute residuals. Papers on life support, your loots and critical. Something I learned about when running my earned route and working with turnouts is murdering burnouts. Cause knocking one of you niggas for a scarred bitch, that's knocking one of you niggas for some garbage. I'm heartless regardless, empty with sympathy, but banked up to the max with pimpathy. No remedy for me, I'm like this. My life is vice grip, synced in permanent ink. You can't rewrite this. My blood type is P positive, beautifully deposited with a lot of it. I'm popping this shit, and when I pop it so hard I make a trapping ass bad bitch wanna hoe hard. Can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga. Come on, pimpin', man, pop that shit. Show these sucker niggas they can't stop that shit. Let these hookers know if they wanna cop that shit. Treat the bag like it's hot, bitch, and drop that shit. And to you hoes, if you ever took a loss, bitch, show these bitches how to bounce back like a boss, bitch. Let them know that the best way to floss, bitch, is reach that paper to some pimpin' hoe and toss it. Can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga. One of them joints right here, man, that you play when you feeling down on your ism, right? Play this shit right here and resuscitate your pimpin' and get you right back on your mission, right? For you hoes, this that shit you play when you ain't feeling like super hoe today. Play this shit right here and spark up your hoeing and get you right back going, you dig? Dig this. Pimps for real, don't mistake it for fashion. The turf that birthed my reputation for mashing was the track with active, attractive hoes. Professional goers that attract the dough. Like magnets to metal, never settle. We scorching them fag bitches pedal for them portions. My whores win it all, not the ones on the sideline wishing but didn't ball in the guidelines. My bitches did it all. Down 7 below in the snow for dough. Over 120 in the sun.
I don't want to be in the game at 30. That ain't cute.
Ugh. What I look like in the game at 30 though. Ugh. What's happening with y'all, man? Y'all already know what the deal is. Wipe your feet off at the door when you step into a pimp's domain. Hit that like button, man. Yeah, I see y'all tuning in and tapping in with the pimpin' dough. Appreciate y'all for doing so. Yeah, man. Gonna chop this game about these little young, rotten whippersnappers. Always talking about they don't want to be in the game at 30. Like 30 is just a senior citizen or something. You know? But yeah, man, wipe your feet off at the door when you step into a pimp's domain. Hit that like button. And y'all already know my first order of business. I got to put some of this good old love in my body, man. Hydrate my game one time. With a tall glass of love. Champagne style. Yeah, Sylvia, you know they some young rotten whippersnappers. And before you can be rotten, you got to be what? Spoiled. So we got to throw that in there too. They some young, spoiled, rotten whippersnappers. Yeah, man. Tyler, good looking with the $2 holla. You dig? Tyler always kicking the dough down with the love, man. Appreciate you. Blessings. Yes, indeed. Omar says 30 is old as F for a 304. Well, we going to talk about it, Omar. Because I'm pretty sure, Omar, that if I tell you, picture a fine, attractive 40-year-old that you'll love to get in bed with, Omar, pretty sure you could think of one or probably a few. So if you could think of somebody who's 40 years old that you'll lay the pipe down on, you know what I mean, that you'll do the WWE SmackDown on, then if she's not too old for that, then she ain't too old to be a 304 because, hey, you know, somebody gonna pay her for that. So why not get paid if she doesn't have something else going on that makes it where it doesn't make sense for her to do that. If it makes sense for her to do that at 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever. Hey, some of y'all in here probably subscribe to an OnlyFans of a chick that's in her 50s right now. And if that's what you want to do, ain't nothing wrong with it. Hold on a second. Christopher Lee say, I don't agree with Omar. Omar don't even agree with Omar. Omar just didn't think before he spoke. Because if you really think about it, man, it's probably an old male lady that Omar be seeing around delivering the mail. She, well, 40 ain't even old, but she might be in her 40s. She come delivering the mail. She got a fat ass with them tight ass mail ladies. Plus, it's starting to get warm, so you know the mail ladies is wearing shorts. She got them tight little mail lady post office shorts hugging her booty.
She got the little slim waist with a pretty smile, and she come delivering the mail. You know what I mean? And she see Omar. Hey, Mr. Omar, how you doing? You know what I mean? Omar wish she'll make a special delivery to him. You know what I mean? Or, a bus driver that, be pulling up and picking people up at the bus stop that's close to his crib. You know? Right. Hey, Miss Parker, come on, man. That's a prime example. Ronaldo Jason, I'm glad you mentioned Miss Parker, because if you wouldn't have took down Miss Parker when she was on Friday, something was wrong with either you wasn't a straight man or you was a blind man. But I think even a blind man, Stevie Wonder would have took down Miss Parker. Ray Charles would have took down Miss Parker. And if Miss Parker was setting that thing out there for sale, Miss Parker was going to kill the game. Come on now, man. Clearly an older woman. And had plenty of young cats chasing after her, But yeah, man, as the title suggests, we're going to speak about a young 304's mindset. If you listen to a lot of young ladies in the game that are active in the game right now, I'll say chicks that are 26 and younger, between the ages of 18 and 26, right? Because we're talking about grown women that are still young. So, chicks between the ages of 18 and 26, right? A lot of them that are active in the game, whether it be stripping or being down on the blade, whether it's the pole or the stroll, the net, whatever it is, carpet, casino, whatever it is, right? You got a lot of young chicks that they feel the need to let it be known that they don't want to be in the game at 30, right? And I know when you're young, I remember being 20, 21 years old, 19 years old, thinking that 30 was just so old, right? So I understand, the outlook of a young person thinking that 30 is old. I don't have any disagreement with that. I understand that. Even though now that I'm much older than 30, I look back at 30 and be like, man, that's young as hell. Now I understand what the older people was talking about as far as 30 not being old. But when you're young, I can understand why you think 30 is old. So no debate with that, right? But if you pay attention to the things that people do, career choices and stuff that people have, or whatever it is that people get involved in, they don't say to themselves, like when somebody, speaking of being a mailman or a mail lady, a mail carrier, you got people that become mail carriers at 18 and 19, 20 years old, and the majority of them don't say to themselves, I don't want to be delivering mail when I'm 30. Right? You even have plumbers, trash men, bus drivers, all kinds of different career paths that people take, and they don't say to themselves, I don't want to be doing this when I'm 30, and they start young. School teachers. You don't really see school teachers becoming school teachers in their early 20s saying, I don't want to be a school teacher by the time I'm 30. Come on, man. This shit really. Give me just a second. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, cool. Yeah, but you don't really see, even people that work at FedEx or UPS, they get in there young and they don't say to themselves, You know, I don't want to be doing this at 30 years old. So when people get into those career paths at a young age and they can picture themselves doing it at an older age, you know, think about why that is, right? One thing I believe that factors in is because simply it's something that they enjoy doing or don't mind doing. It's not something that they hate doing. Usually, you got people that work all of the jobs that I just named that don't like doing it, yet they still do it until they're older. But I believe that most people like doing what they do. Like my pops. My pops is a mailman still to this day. He delivers mail to this day. And my pops will be 70 this year, right? And he's been delivering mail for, I want to say, a little bit over 20 years, right? So he was a little older when he started delivering mail. But, you know, he enjoys his job. But, you know, it's a lot of benefits to it. Like, you know, you get to, you're very active, so you get good exercise being a mail carrier. But that's just one example of, you know, you got young people that enjoy that job as well. You know, you got people who are, you know, barbers and hairstylists that enjoy their jobs, right? They do it because it's something that they like to do. They enjoy doing it. And so that's one thing I believe that factors into people starting a career path young, and they don't have the thought in their mind of not doing it by the time they're 30, right? They either like what they do or don't mind doing what they're doing, right? Another thing that factors into people not having the mindset of or the thought of not doing this when they're 30 in certain career paths, they don't mind working or they enjoy working, right? People who understand that there's work involved in what they do and they like to work, they like to be a worker, or they don't mind being a worker. You know, those types of people don't really, a lot of times, of course, you got every kind of person in every situation, but in most cases, I would believe that, you know, most people who like to work or don't mind working, you know, they can see themselves doing something for a long time, right? Because most jobs entail some kind of work. Even like technical jobs, like jobs that have to do with, you know, computers or phones, you know, jobs that don't really entail hard labor. There's still a lot of work involved in it. You know, editing is a big thing nowadays because there's so many people who create content and make a living off of creating content. You know, editing is in high demand. You know, shit, I really need to hire myself an editor to edit my videos and stuff like that, even though I like doing it myself because, you know, I'll be having a certain vision in mind for the shit that I do, and I don't think anybody can do it. Anybody outside of myself can do it as good as I can, right? Unless I hold their hand through it. But whatever the case, right? You know, that's something that, you know, people get into young and they don't say to themselves, you know, I don't want to be editing videos by the time I'm 30, right? So it's something that they enjoy doing or they don't mind doing. And, you know, it's something that they know entails a lot of work. Like, man, editing videos, even though it don't take a lot of physical labor or very minimal physical labor, you moving your fingers, right? But man, that shit is work. Like, you know, it's certain videos that I've sat back and took like 4, 5, 6, sometimes the whole day editing one video, right? Now, I know people who do that for a living, they much better at it than I am, and they probably got a more seamless process doing it than I do, you know, because it's just something that I just do for myself. It's not like a profession of mine, right? But I know people who edit by profession, you know, they have a much more seamless process than me. But it's still a lot of work involved. I could tell you as somebody who's done it just for myself, you know, that's something that involves a lot of work, right? So again, people who get into a career young and don't think to themselves, I don't want to be doing this by 30, it's because they either enjoy or don't mind doing what they do, or, you know, and also they either enjoy being a worker or don't mind being a worker. You know, they don't have a problem putting work in, right? They don't have a problem putting work in. So, something else that factors into people who get into a career young and don't have the mindset of not doing it by the time they're 30. They're not ashamed of what they do, right? They're either proud of what they do or don't have any shame about what they do, right? So they enjoy or don't mind what they're doing. They enjoy or don't mind being a worker, and they don't have shame about what they do, right? And if you really think about that, why would somebody do something that they're ashamed of doing just for money? You got a lot of people that do things like that. You know, they're ashamed of doing certain things, but they either need the money or want the money, so they do it, right? Now, I could see people doing stuff like that, you know, short term, and they know exactly the amount of money that they need. They know exactly how long they have to do it. They like, damn, you know what? I really don't want to do this, but I'm going to do this for this amount of time. And then after that, I'm done with it. And, you know, I ain't going to do it no more. You know, sometimes people got to do what they got to do. So I understand that, right? But to do something that you're ashamed of doing for years, right? It just doesn't make any sense, right? And then if you enjoy the money doing something that you're ashamed of doing, you enjoy the money that you make doing it, maybe you need to reevaluate what you're doing. Maybe you only ashamed of it because of how your mind was scripted. Maybe you're only ashamed of it because everybody you know looks unfavorably upon what it is that you're doing, right? They talk down on it. They, you know, they condemn it. So because of that, you get involved in it, but because, you know, everybody around you, everybody you know is going to condemn it, and, you know, they look down on it, you ashamed of it. So, but yeah, you know, people who, again, get into something when they're young and don't have the thought of not doing it by the time they're 30, they're not ashamed of what they do. They have no shame in doing what they do, right? And, you know, it doesn't have to be just, you know, adult work, right? Adult entertainment work. It doesn't have to just, that's not the only thing that somebody can be ashamed of doing, right? That other people love doing. Because when it comes to adult entertainment work, you have people that are ashamed of doing it, that do it, and then you have people that love doing it, that are doing it, right? But that's not the only thing somebody can be ashamed of. You know, somebody can be ashamed of being a mechanic, right? Especially if they come from a family where everybody is educated, everybody got degrees, you know, and all the people that are educated and got degrees, they got, you know, nice careers where everybody with these degrees and careers are making, you know, 6 figures or better. You know, they always going on vacations. traveling around the world to different countries. You know, they have, you know, luxurious materials. They live in nice big houses. You know, if you come from a family like that and you're a mechanic, you know, I could understand somebody being ashamed of that, because I know some of y'all, when I first said mechanic, you probably thinking like, Freeze, why would somebody be ashamed of being a mechanic? You know, again, you got some people that come from that type of family that decided to be a mechanic, and you know, because of the type of background of most people in their family, they're ashamed of the fact that they're a mechanic. Just like on the other hand, you might have people that love the fact that they're a mechanic. You know, they might have started out young as a mechanic, busted their ass, saved up some money, got their own shop, opened their own business. Now they got people working for them, you know, and they making good money as a mechanic. You know, they get older, they put their kids through school. You know, when their kids get of age, they buy them a vehicle to drive in. You know, they handling their business, and they doing good things, you know, with that career of a mechanic. So, you know, it can go for anything, right? As far as people being ashamed of what they do, right? We was just talking about janitors yesterday. You know, you got janitors same way, you know, maybe because of the friends that they have or the family that they have, and the career paths in education that they have, and you know, you in that mix of people, but you the only one that's a janitor, or you know, anything along those lines. Somebody with that type of background, they might be ashamed of the fact that they're a janitor. But on the other hand, you got some janitors that are proud of what they do. You know, they again, they bust their ass. You know, they're good with money, and you know, they do good things for their family. They responsible. You know, make sure they family got the best of the best, and it is what it is, right? So, you know, again, with somebody being a mechanic, I could see somebody ashamed of being a mechanic and saying to themselves, like, you know, I don't want to be doing this by the time I'm 30 years old. Same thing with a janitor, you know what I mean? They might have been a janitor for a year or two, but they really hate doing it, and they're ashamed of it, and they saying, I don't want to be a janitor by the time I'm 30 years old, right? So, you know, on that same token, when it comes to adult entertainment work, when it comes to the game, you got a lot of young ladies in the game who say to themselves, I don't want to be in the game by the time I'm 30. And you have a minority of young ladies in the game who don't even have that thought. They don't think to themselves, I don't want to be doing this by the time I'm 30. They don't even think of it in terms of, you know, when they gonna stop doing what they doing, right? And it's because they enjoy what they're doing or don't mind doing what they're doing. You know, they either enjoy being a worker or don't mind being a worker, because again, in adult entertainment, just like anything else, you know, it's work involved. You know, now you can be, see, that's a difference between the game and other career paths, right? In the game, you can be lazy and still make it. You can still like get by, you know, as a somebody in the game, right? You could be a chick in the game, be lazy, and do just enough to get by, and you'll still be cool, right? E-books, good looking with the $2 holla. Mechanics be square versions of stick-up kids. Yeah, you probably got some mechanics like that. See, when you say stick-up kids, I'm thinking you talking about like mechanics robbing people, like as far as like, you know, prices for the work that they do. You do got mechanics that get over like that, man. You do got mechanics that charge an arm and a leg for shit that they shouldn't be charging an arm and a leg for. You got some that be getting over for sure. You dig? And especially them dealerships. You know, that's a whole another long ass conversation, but them dealerships, boy, they be whooping people on the labor. But yeah, man, you know, again, like I said, you got a lot of young ladies in the game. I don't want to be in the game by the time I'm 30. And the reason why they're saying that is because, one, they hate what they're doing. They don't like to work at all. You know what I mean? They don't enjoy doing what they're doing. They hate to work, and they're ashamed of what they're doing. Right? And, you know, the difference between, like, again, like I mentioned, a mechanic or a janitor, somebody who might be ashamed of what they're doing, versus you got people that are proud of what they do, or, you know, don't have shame behind what they do. See, those people get into it, and, you know, they don't think in terms, well, you know, you might have some that think in terms of being rich, but, you know, I would think that most people who become mechanics and janitors are thinking to themselves, like, you know, I'm doing this to handle my business. I'm doing this to handle my responsibilities, take care of my family, etc. Right? But the difference about, you know, chicks that get in the game at a young age, they get in the game at a young age because they either want a lot of money or a lot of clout. And, you know, they don't understand what it takes to get a lot of money in the game and even clout. You know what I mean? And, you know, like I said before, clout ain't such a bad thing as long as you do the right things with it. Some people just want clout just for the sake of having clout, just for the sake of having attention, just for people looking at them and being like, ooh, ah. Some people want clout just for that. And if that's your only purpose for clout, then that's kind of, you know, that's foolish. It's unwise. It's senseless. But on the other hand, you got people that know how to monetize clout, and their purpose for wanting clout and chasing clout is to monetize the clout. Now that makes sense, right? But beyond that, one thing that we all can pretty much easily understand and agree on is that the majority of young ladies that get in the game, they get in the game because they want to make a lot of money, right? More money than they can see themselves working at a 9-to-5. More money than they would get, you know, from grants, going to school and shit like that, you know, because some people go to school just to get the grant money. But chicks who get into the game, they get in the game most of the time young because they see themselves making more money in the game than they would anywhere else at that time. So they want the money. But again, you know, see, the thing is, when you get into the game and you ain't been in the game long and you have the mindset of, I don't want to be doing this by the time I'm 30, what you're saying really is that you don't want to do this right now. You don't want to do it at all. Right? That's really what you're saying. If you're saying, I don't want to be in the game at 30, you're saying that I don't want to be in the game at all. So why are you in the game? You're probably in the game because you believe you have no choice or no better choice. Right? You don't have a better option. So that's why you in the game. But, you know, you don't want to be in the game and you're ashamed of the game and you're lazy. And like I've said before, the game is one lifestyle or, you know, path as far as getting money that allows you to be lazy and stay afloat. Right? But the potential to get money in the game is extremely great though. Right? So what does it take? What does it take to, you know, check great amounts of money in the game? You know, again, it got to be something that you either enjoy doing or don't mind doing. And see, I know a lot of squares, when they think about chicks being in the game, and I say some chicks enjoy doing it, or you should enjoy doing it. I know a lot of y'all, the first thing that come to mind is like, man, Freeze, so what you saying, man, a young chick is just supposed to enjoy getting a whole bunch of bodies? A young chick supposed to enjoy just, raising her body count through the roof? Come on, Freeze, that's crazy, man. There got to be something wrong with a chick if that's what she on. See, that shows a lack. Like if you think that's what I'm saying, it just shows you got a lack of understanding about this game, right? See, you got some chicks that get in the game and they use their body because their body is their strongest weapon. Their body is their best weapon, right? But as we all know, when it comes to anything in life, it's only so much that your body can do. It's only so much and so far that you can do and go physically, right? So in that case, a female in the game, if she wants to do the most and have the most and be the most, her beautiful brain is going to have to stand tall where her beautiful body falls short. So with that being the case, when I say that you got chicks in the game love what they do, what I'm saying as far as loving what they do is breaking on tricks. You got chicks that get in the game that love breaking on tricks, man. Right? And if you master the art of breaking on a trick, of course you're going to love it. If you know what it really means and you know what it's really about, and you got the right understanding, and therefore you learn how to master that art, because it's really an art form, right? It's part science, but it's really, big part art as far as breaking on the trick, right? The science of it has to do with game, but the art of it has to do with charisma, personality, charm, having a way with people, the ability to get cooperation from people that you involve yourself with, that you have conversations with, that's art. And so, yeah, man. Again, the young chicks in the game that enjoy doing what they do, it's not so much that they enjoy racking up a whole bunch of bodies. They enjoy breaking on tricks, right? And within breaking on tricks, I see that, and it's the thing too, right? This was so funny. You got young chicks in the game. It's a lot of charlatans in the game. They call themselves 304's. This is what I want y'all to understand, right? We're going to chop this game. We're going to break this shit down. It's a lot of charlatans in the game. They call themselves 304's. They contradict themselves and don't understand how they contradict themselves. And they convince a lot of y'all to believe something that they don't even believe. Can you imagine that? A chick who don't believe something about herself, and she's convincing you to believe the shit. And doing a good job at it too, right? So, hold on. So yeah, man, you got chicks who on one hand, they say they don't want to be in the game by the time they're 30, right? And as I just broke down to you, the reason why they say that is because they don't like what they're doing, or they don't want to do what they're doing. They don't like to work. They're lazy, and they're ashamed of what they're doing, right? So, I know when I say that, you probably think like, damn, how could somebody be successful at anything with that type of outlook towards the thing that they're doing? Exactly. You know what I mean? They're not going to be very successful, but they can still stay afloat, right? But this is the shit that a lot of chicks like that preach. And, you allow the appearance to be the interference, and you believe the shit because of how they look, right? A lot of these chicks at the same time, they say to themselves, oh, I don't even be doing nothing with the tricks. I be getting money, but I don't even have to do nothing with the tricks. You know what I mean? I just know how to break them, but I don't even do nothing with them. They don't understand how they contradict themselves when they talk like that. Right? When you say I don't have to do anything with the tricks, you basically saying like you too good to do anything with the tricks. You're better than those in the game that do lay down with tricks and, rock a tricks world in the bedroom or, in the backseat of the Jeep swinging an episode, right? When you talk like that as if to say that you're better, like you know something that the chicks who do lay down with tricks don't know, or you're able to do something that the chicks who lay down with tricks can't do. And this is how you contradict yourself. And to somebody with some game like myself, you make a fool of yourself. To a young 304 in the game, or just a 304 in the game, period, that understands this game and knows this game, you make yourself look a fool. You might sound impressive to a square. And it's a lot of squares in the game setting that thing out. It's a lot of squares in the game with a broad going, getting it, and coming back with it. The game flooded with squares. So you might convince a square of that nonsense. But again, anybody in the game with some game understands that the shit that you saying is bullshit. E-Books, good looking with the $5 holla. You think Kim K guilty for these posers? All these chicks see Isnex's work as a road to clout. They hope to land a reality TV deal or a rich baby daddy. Kim K, she might be responsible for some of them, but she's not responsible for the majority of them, right? Now, as far as, chicks using what they got to get what they want, this generation, Kim K is kind of like their grandmother, right? Kim K kind of like the grandmother of chicks using what they got to get what they want, in the words of Ronnie from Players Club, right? But like what you said, right? They looking to land a reality show or get a rich baby daddy, and that's what a lot of chicks are doing, right? But see, they don't understand the inner workings of Kim K's success, right? They think that's all it is to it is, get hot from an Isnex tape, get a reality show or get a rich baby daddy. But see, Kim was thinking a whole lot bigger than that. I know a lot of people look at her and that's what they think. Like, oh, Kim K got on because she had a reality show. She had a Isnex tape that went viral, and then she got a reality show. You know what I mean? The rich baby daddy part she didn't really have to do because, she got rich herself. Now her baby daddy just so happens to be rich as well, and he, her being with him, I believe, did make her richer, but she was already rich, so she didn't really need a rich baby daddy, right? But that's what people think when they see her. But they don't understand, like, her vision had to be a whole lot bigger to get where she is. It's not luck. It's more calculated than that, how she got where she is. Right? Because if that's all it takes, then how come everybody else who's doing the shit hasn't gotten where she's gotten? It's a whole bunch of chicks that had tapes out of them in bed with guys. What's her name? Nikki? What's that chick's name? Nikki Baby. Nikki Baby had a tape out. And Black China had a tape out. A whole bunch of these chicks, man. What's her name? Stevie J's baby mama from Love and Hip Hop. She had a tape out. Mimi. She had a tape out. You know what I mean? A lot of these chicks have put out tapes and still haven't gotten anywhere like halfway close to where Kim is. A lot of these chicks have been on reality shows, right? You know, and they still haven't gotten where she is. And a lot of these chicks got rich baby daddies and they still bums. You know? Look at what's the name's baby mama? The baby. You know? It's a lot of chicks that's worse off than her. You know, they got rich baby daddies and they still don't get nowhere, right? You know, Kim was thinking bigger than that. She wanted something bigger than that, right? And then you got to think about what factors into Kim, you know, being who she is and getting where she got. You know, her father is Robert Kardashian. You know, that should tell you a whole lot right there. Her father was a part of O.J. Simpson's dream team with Johnny Cochran and Robert Shapiro and all of them who got O.J. Acquitted of that Misnerder case back in the day, right? So you could just imagine the kind of game that Robert Kardashian had and, you know, imparted to Kim, right? The type of value system that he may have influenced her to have. You know, I'm sure there's just so much, you know, so many beautiful things that she picked up from her father, right? And just like her father was picking up game, or she was picking up game from her father, guess who else was picking up game from Robert Kardashian? Kris, they mama, right? Kris Jenner, or whatever you want to call her, Kris, you know, she was picking up a lot of game from Rob too. Rob Sr., right? And she was mingling in them circles, you know, them wealthy circles with a whole bunch of rich people, soaking up game everywhere she went, right? I know Kris was doing this. So when you have Robert Kardashian and Kris Jenner as your parents, that says a lot, right? And then it was something Kim had about her that the rest of them didn't have, right? Because, you know, they all got the same parents. Courtney, Khloe, Rob Jr., they all got the same parents as Kim. But it was just something about Kim that separated her from the rest, right? If you put Courtney in that situation with Ray J on that tape, I don't think it's going to go as far as it did with Kim. For sure, if you put Khloe, because, see, Khloe, you know, with all the king's horses and all the king's men, you know, they made Khloe look, you know, better than she did before again. But if you go back to when that tape come out, like 2007 or something like that, 2008, the tape with Kim K and Ray J, if you go back to them days and look at Khloe looked like a totally different person. So it for sure wasn't going to go nearly as far as it did with Khloe as it did with Kim K. And Courtney, you know, she wasn't bad looking back then, but Courtney, you know, it just, they don't have what Kim K had. And I'm not talking about on the outside, I'm talking about on the inside. You know, Kim K just has something about her. And people be trying to discredit her, and people be trying to say, oh, her mama is the one, and all this, that, and the third. It's something about Kim. She has like a winner's heart and soul about herself, right? She just got like a certain type of, she got something in her that drives her that the rest of them don't have about themselves, right? You know, so, filmed in 2004, released in 2007. Okay, yeah. You know, that makes sense. So, yeah, Khloe looked a fool. Dave Robinson, you already know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but, you know, it's more to it than just marketability, though, that Kim had. Because Khloe had marketability. I mean, Courtney Courtney, the oldest, you know, she had marketability, right? Especially amongst the white dudes. You know, Courtney is more petite, pretty in the face. She's, you know, what them guys would want to look at. Right. So, you know, it's just something about Kim K, and I think it has a lot to do with her vision, the things that she want out of life. Right. Now, of course, the whole family is way richer now than they was before that tape came out. Right. They had a little money. They was cool. You know, Bruce Jenner was in the picture at that time. And Bruce, you know, was rich. And, you know, I'm sure the family was cool between Bruce and, you know, Rob Kardashian Sr. You know, I'm pretty sure they lived a nice, they had a nice upbringing. You know, living in Brentwood and shit like that. So, or wherever it was that they lived before they ended up in Calabasas. You know, I know it was a nice area, probably Beverly Glen or, you know, some shit like that. One of them upscale communities in West LA somewhere, right? Yeah, so like I said, Kim just had something about her. Right. And that's the thing too, like Dave just said, Kim was soaking up game from Paris Hilton. Right. And everybody else I'm sure that she was around, you know? Cause Kim, you know, she was real tight with Paris Hilton back in the day. Right? So God's gift to the game, you a fool. Chloe looked like Ginobili. Nah, Chloe didn't look like Ginobili back in the day. Chloe looked like Sabonis. Yeah, Chloe was looking like Sabonis back in the day. You know what I mean? Not the young Sabonis. I'm talking about the father, the older Sabonis that played back in the 90s. You know what I mean? That's who Chloe was looking like Sabonis back in the day. See, y'all stupid, man. Y'all gonna make me do it. Hey, man, if you ain't wiped your feet off at the door when you stepped into a pimp's domain, please do so now. Hit that like button. Hold on. I ain't talking about the young Sabonis. I'm talking about the Sabonis father. Yeah, Arvydas Sabonis. Hold on. Man, y'all stupid, man. Why y'all do this? Oh, shit. That's who Chloe looked like back in the day. You know what I mean? Chloe looked like this dude back in the day. She looked like Arvydas Sabonis, man. Hold on, man. I gotta do it. Hold on. She still kind of looked like Arvydas Sabonis a little bit. They kind of look alike a little bit. Hold on, let me blow it up some more. They still kind of favor each other a little bit. Hey, I'm dead on with the Arvydas Sabonis Especially when she was young. Let me see if I can find a young picture of Chloe. That's when she was a kid. I'm trying to find like, let me see, 2007. Put that in. See, she you know what's funny? Damn, they look totally different right here, both of them. That's crazy. Yeah, she really look like Sabonis right there. And you know who Kim look like right here? I'm gonna have some of y'all dying who know who I'm talking about. Kim look like this dude right here. A lot of y'all probably too young. Some of y'all don't remember Prince Nassim. That's who Kim looked like. She looked like Prince Nassim Hamed. Hold on, let me see if I can find a better picture. Damn, ain't really no good pictures of when he was young. That's who Kim looked like though. She looked like this dude. She looked like Prince Nassim Hamed. Or she looked like, hold on, what's that dude's name? She kind of looked like this dude too. Kim kind of looked like Jafar. I'm stupid, man. Something wrong with me, man. Messing with y'all, man. It's y'all fault. Y'all started this shit. Damn. Kim do look like Jafar back in the day. Oh man. Man, Kim looked just like Jafar. Damn. Only thing she missing is the mustache. Damn. They both look totally different from back in the day. Oh shit. So we got Kim looking like Jafar, and then we got Chloe looking like Arvydas Sabonis. Chloe Sabonis. Kim Jafar. Oh man. Hey, shout out to both of them, man. You know. I'm just now seeing your comment, Ronaldo Jason. You stupid. She looked like Pat Bet David. Let's see. Let's see if she. Hold on. We're gonna keep Jafar right there. We're gonna see who Kim looked more like. Hold on. Pat Bet David. Damn. Ronaldo Jason, you stupid for this, man. Why you do this, man? Oh shit. Oh wait, nah, hold on. Pat Bet David, Kim K. Pat Bet David, Kim K. Damn, she kinda do. Who y'all think she look more like, man? Who y'all think she look more like? Hold on. See, I don't know how you do that shit, man. How you do polls and shit on here? Hold on a second. Trying to figure out how to do a poll on here. Let me see. Trying to figure out how to do a poll. I think, is it right? Let me see. No, it's not here. It's in the chat box. I'm looking in the chat box on the laptop right now. Okay, let me show y'all what I'm looking at. Okay, where am I supposed to look for the that was Shrek in the building. Y'all stupid. I think somebody else used to call Chloe say she looked like Shrek back in the day. See, I'm looking right here. I need to learn how to do polls too, man, because I've been wanting to do polls for the longest, but it's at the bottom. Start a poll. It's right there on the left. On the left. I don't see it. You talking about on the left of the chat? Oh, wait. Oh, aha. Start a poll. Hold on. Wait. Add option. Okay. I don't know how you take them yes and no out, but okay, you got the options right there. Who does Kim K look more like? Oh, y'all voting quick. So I'm gonna give y'all. Let me show y'all. Hold on. Okay, so this is the poll. Who does Kim K look more like? Jafar from Aladdin. Okay, you got Kim K. You got Jafar. Or does she look more like Pat Bet David? Kim K. Pat Bet David. Kim K. Pat Bet David. All right. See what y'all talking about. Why I can't? Hold on. That's crazy. I can't see because I'm looking at it on my phone too, and I don't see the poll on my phone. Nigga Freeze mastering this YouTube shit. I'm figuring it out, man. Yeah, they voting like a mother. Y'all voting. Let me see. Oh no, wait, that's not. Okay. Let me see. Jafar winning. Jafar winning so far. We got 29 votes so far. Who y'all think Kim K look more like, man? You think she look more like? Let's go back to the pictures. Okay. Who does Kim K look more like? Kim K, Jafar from Aladdin, Kim K, Jafar from Aladdin. All right. Or you got Kim K, Pat Bet David. Kim K, Pat Bet David. Who y'all rocking with? Jafar for her old self. So what you think the new meter 619 or meter 619? You think the new Kim K look like Pat Bet David? Y'all crazy. Damn, I see Jafar now. Let me see. Okay, let's see what the votes is looking like. Damn, Jafar killing it. $40 votes. Jafar killing it. Damn, this live stream is way behind. Oh, it's so far behind. We got 62%. Jafar, 25%. Pat Bet David. That was funny, Ronaldo Jason, that Pat Bet David comparison. That was funny. Oh, you saying it is kind of she do kind of got Jafar's facial structure more. Like she got the nose like Jafar a little bit, kinda. Jafar nose a little fatter, but the nose kind of, but really like somebody said, the facial structure, she kind of got that chin like Jafar too. They kind of got the same chin. All right, I think the verdict is in. We've been y'all been deliberating for a few minutes, for 4 minutes now. Y'all have had 4 minutes to deliberate. 41 votes. It's safe to say that Jafar is who Kim K looks the most like. So we're gonna end the poll. Oh, the poll don't stay up? Okay. There we go. I'm gonna pin it. If it'll let me pin it. It won't let me pin the I can't pin the poll? Okay, there we go. Why won't let me pin the poll? That's kind of weak. Oh, well, y'all see the poll. Damn, why is it doing all this shit? Anyway, yeah, so the verdict is in. Kim K look more like Jafar than she do Pat Bet David. So, yeah, we got that. We got that underway. Yeah, she looks more like Jafar, ladies and gentlemen. Jafar, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my asshole, I already know, man. Back to this game, though. You dig? Let me see, man. It's 115 of y'all in here, but only 113 of y'all wiped your feet off at the door when you stepped into a pimp's domain. Do me a favor, wipe your feet off at the door when you step into a pimp's domain. Hit that like button. I see Freeze putting old school bulletin board for everybody with this shit. Yeah, the verdict is in. Laugh out loud. Yeah, man, the verdict is in, man. Kim K looked like Jafar, man. So if y'all ever compare to anybody, compare it to Jafar. Pat Bet David is cool, but Jafar is the more accurate depiction. But, you know, back to this game, though. Again, Kim K, she just has something about herself that the rest of her siblings didn't have, man. And not only did the rest of her siblings didn't have, but a lot of these chicks who try to use what they got to get what they want, in the words of Ronnie from Players Club. You know, they're trying to use what they got to get what they want. But that has a lot to do with it. The things that they want. You know, you can see the types of things that Kim K wanted versus the type of shit that other people want, right? Kim K made a pathway for her entire family to become wealthy, right? She made way for her little sister Kylie to become a billionaire. She made herself a billionaire. Her other siblings. Let's see, hold on. Hold on. In the ever-evolving landscape of celebrity wealth, the Kardashian-Jenner clan, reportedly worth over $2 billion combined, continues to dominate, with each member carving out their own niche in the world of entertainment and entrepreneurship. So, and that's as of March this year. Let's see if it tells you how much each one of them is. Listen. Kris Jenner is the richest Kardashian. Is the Kardashian matriarch the richest Kardashian? Okay, with a fortune estimated at $1.7 billion, Kim's empire extends far beyond reality TV, encompassing ventures such as Skims, her shapewear and clothing brand. Okay. Oh, okay, so Kylie is worth $680 million. With a net worth of $680 million, Kylie's influence transcends traditional boundaries, making her a formidable force in the world of beauty and fashion. How much is the other family members worth? I know they gotta have a list of everybody's net worth. Okay, this might be it. Billions of dollars worth of vagina. You dig? Okay, so we have it here. So Kim is worth $1.7 billion. Kylie is next up with $680 million. Kris is next up after her, and Kris is worth $170 million. Kourtney is worth $65 million. Khloe and Kendall are each worth $60 million. And Caitlyn or Bruce, whatever you want to call him, is worth $25 million. Okay, and Rob is the lowest. Rob is worth $10 million. That's crazy. Look how they talk about Rob, though. Yeah, I thought Bruce or Caitlin, whatever you want to call him, was worth 100 at one point in time. Knew I wasn't tripping. But you know, these numbers ain't always 100% anyway. Rob Kardashian is the broke sheep of the family with with a reported net worth of only $10 million. That's crazy when they calling you the broke sheep of the family because you're only worth $10 million. Like Rob ain't still rich. You know what I mean? That's crazy. But this is what Kim, you know, empowered her family to do. She empowered everybody in her family to build their own empires and be rich as hell. Right? So, you know, these other chicks, they not thinking like that. These chicks that's on these reality TV shows coming out with Is Next tapes and, you know, trying to get them a rich baby daddy or something like that. You know, all these chicks like the, what's her name? Brittany Renner, you know, getting knocked up by a young basketball player, you know, trying to secure her bag that way. What's the other chick that just had a baby, I think today or yesterday. Man, what's that girl's name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. What's that chick's name? The chick that just had the baby by the basketball player. Damn. Why I can't think of that woman's name? Somebody know who I'm talking about, man. What's that chick's name that just had the baby? Her name is on the damn tip of my tongue, man. She just had a baby like yesterday or something. Or today. The heck is that girl's name? But anyway, people like her. You know, Drea. There we go. Drea Michelle. I think it's Drea Michelle. But Drea. Yeah, you know, people like that. The Drea chick, she's not thinking about how she can make her whole family rich. Right? What's her name? Brittany Renner, she's not thinking about how she can make her whole family rich. Right? Yeah, Drea Michelle. Okay, I was right with the Michelle part. Right, Game Time said, hell, there's so many, I don't know. Yeah, I'm like you, Game Time. It's a whole bunch of them. It's a whole bunch of these chicks, man, that like, that's how small they think. And you know, that's it just go to show you how the mindset of so many chicks today is flawed. Because if that's what you own, having a baby by somebody to secure yourself. Yeah, Brittany Renner, Tyler, she did the same thing. Brittany Renner had a baby by a basketball player when he was fresh in the league. I forget dude's name that she had the baby with, but yeah, Brittany Renner did the same thing. Drea Michelle did the same thing. A lot of these chicks be doing the same shit, man, but it's like, what you doing after that? What are you doing with that? You know, they think small. And, you know, this is what a lot of chicks be trying to do. You know? Play for Keeps T says, Drea is 40 though. She's breaking all barriers with the damn, hold on. Drea is 40 though. She's breaking all barriers what they say women her age can't do. She still got good eggs also. Yeah, I mean, a lot of chicks at 40 can't have babies, but it's not like extremely unusual, one, for a chick in her 40s to have babies. And then two, it's not the wisest thing. It's not very wise to be having babies at 40 years old. You're taking a big risk, you know what I mean, of the child coming out with problems and stuff like that, you know. And then, man, when you are a young NBA player, man, just the spirit of tricking is cold, boy. Let's go look at that. Speaking of, Holler at you in a minute, Jafar. Oh, she 39. Jalen Green, that's the boy's name. So she 39. Oh. She 39 and he 22. So she's 17 years his senior, right? I think she got a son that's like the same age or almost. She got a son that's about the same age as this dude, right? So let's see. Trying to see like his contract. Let's see. Okay, so Jalen Green signed a 4-year, $40 million contract with the Houston Rockets, including $40 million guaranteed and an average annual salary of $10 million in 2024. 25 or in 2024-2025, Green will earn a base salary of $12 million while carrying a cap hit at $12.483 million and dead cap value of 12.4. Okay. So the young man is making between 10 and 12 million a year, right? Now, don't get me wrong, man. The Drea Michelle chick, she's attractive, right? Trying to zoom in, it ain't. Come on. Okay, there we go. This picture kind of blurry. Hold on, I'll just go to it. Hold on. Now, you know, and why she got that look like this is her son and don't you be looking at you young heifers. She look like she be using terminology like heifers still. You know what I mean? She one of them old bras that still be calling young chicks heifers. Yeah, man, if you still calling people heifers in 2024, you old. But anyway, man, she look like she got that look like you young heifers over there looking at my boy. You young heifers better leave my boy alone. She got that look on her face like she constantly fighting young heifers off. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong. She's very, very attractive. You know what I mean? You can tell she be in the gym. I remember a few years ago she got a BBL. I think she paid like 200 something thousand for her BBL. I remember that part. Let me see. Trying to see how much it costs. if it tells you right here. But if I ain't mistaken, man, I think she paid like, 200 something thousand for her BBL, which I don't understand why a BBL would cost that much. Like, after Dre and Michelle revealed her breasts had evolved, have evolved. I'm on my second boob job because the first ones, damn, all this stupid ass shit popping up. God damn. First ones was way too big. They were 10 years old. I got them removed and got a lift and then got smaller implants. Okay, that's the boobs. What about the BBL game? See, this don't tell you how much she paid. But I know I'm not pulling that out the sky. Do y'all remember hearing some shit like that a few years ago? Where this chick paid, $250,000 or 200 some thousand for a BBL? Or maybe it wasn't her. Maybe it was some other light-skinned chick. Hold on, let me see. Let's look up most expensive. Most expensive BBL. Most spent on BBL. I don't know. Maybe that was just a rumor then. Maybe that was some bullshit. They saying between 12 and 18. I don't know. Maybe that was some bullshit. But anyway, she admitted to having a BBL, they said. But whatever, right? She's attractive. I'm sure she's fun in the bedroom. You know what I mean? She takes care of herself. Obviously, she's in the gym, getting to it. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure she has decent money of her own. Let's see. It's saying she worth $600,000, but she I wouldn't be surprised if she was worth more than that. I wouldn't be surprised if she was worth less than that too. But it's safe to say, she could take care of herself. That's the bottom line. So she's attractive. She's healthy. She's independent, self-reliant, and she's cool. But when you are a young man that's 22 years old, you make $10 million to $12 million a year. He ain't a bad looking man. No diddy, no homo, as they say, no diddy. He could pretty much have whatever kind of woman did he want, man. But that spirit of tricking is something else, boy. That spirit of tricking, boy, grab a hold of your ass and be like, boy, that spirit of tricking put this young man in the headlock, man. And ain't let him go since. Okay, play for keeps T say Black China and Rob Kardashian paid the most. He paid $100K and she paid some also. Damn, China paid $100,000 for that BBL that she got? Man, that's some bullshit. She need to get a refund. Or return that joint. Get that thing back. I don't see how Black China's BBL is worth. That shit look garbage. I don't see how, like, they just like, whoever did Black China's BBL and Rob paid $100,000 for it, they was like, yeah, we got us one on this one. Yeah, we gonna give her some bullshit, but because, it's associated with Rob, he a Kardashian, he good for it. What's $100,000 to a Kardashian? Nothing. We gonna get that. We need that, man. We finna break his ass. Man. But see, this is, and this is what young people don't think about very far into, and that's the future. He's not thinking about when he's her age, how she's going to be and what she going to look like. When he's 39, she going to be 56. And she might still be an attractive 56-year-old. You know what I mean? Because you got some attractive women out there in their 50s. Let's see. You know what I mean? Damn, that's right on the money. That's exactly how old she is. Nicole Murphy. Nicole Murphy, old ass, still fine as hell. You dig? So you got women. You got some women, trying to zoom in. But y'all see what I'm talking about. This is a 56-year-old woman. And that's how old this woman is going to be when he's her age that she is right now. When he hit 39, she going to be 56. Now, more than likely, he ain't even going to be thinking about her at that point. You know what I mean? They child going to be, damn near grown, getting ready for college. But, he not thinking about that. And then he ain't thinking about the potential child support. Because she ain't really, if he wasn't an NBA player, she wouldn't be digging him. She wouldn't be checking for him. She'd be like, little boy, get out of my face. Why don't you go play with them young heifers? If he just was like a regular young dude, or even if he had like the same amount of money that she got, it wouldn't have got to this point. You know what I mean? She got with him because she knew he make way more money than she do, right? But if they even had the same amount of money, well, she ain't broke. She probably make decent money for herself. But if he was making the same kind of money she was making, she'd, dismiss him and tell him to go play with some young heifers. Boy, go get you a young heifer. You don't want nothing to do with me. I don't want nothing to do with you. You too young. That's what it would have been. But he not thinking about the potential child support because she not trying to probably be with him forever. It's gonna come a time where for her, he might get old, or if he get injured, God forbid. But if for whatever reason his basketball career don't last too long, you know what I mean? Even though it's guaranteed $40 million, she probably ain't gonna be checking for him. She probably gonna be checking for the next young hot thing to have a baby with. And I don't know, man, like, that's a thing too, man. I know how it is being a young man. A lot of times young dudes, they like getting with MILFs. I don't know what it is about young dudes, but a lot of young dudes be having a thing for the MILF. Right? Just like a lot of young chicks be having a thing for the older guys. But I don't know, man. He just probably ain't got the right kind of person in his ear, man. He ain't got the right, counsel around him. Well, there's a multitude of counsel, there's safety. He must not have that multitude of counsel that it would be great for him to have. But, you ain't supposed to be checking for no damn 39-year-old woman to have a baby with, man. You want to have fun with her, you want to knock her down, that's cool. But don't knock her up, man. Knock her down, don't knock her up. Turn to your neighbor and say, knock her down, but don't knock her up. You know what I mean? Go get you a young heifer. Somebody that she gonna tell you is a young heifer. Go get one of them. That's who you need to be messing with. Right? Now, if he was older, if he was closer in age to her and then decided to get with her and all that, that's understandable. But man, you or a 22-year-old NBA star that make between 10 and 12 million a year. You can have anybody you want. And I know a lot of these young chicks is bird brains. I know it. But a lot of these old chicks is bird brains too. And I ain't going to say she's a bird brain because I don't know. I haven't seen any interviews from her. I haven't seen her really talk or express herself. But I wouldn't be surprised if she was a bird brain too, man. Hope she ain't. But the types of moves that's being made, I see small thinking. Small thinking. Not that big thinking like Kim Kardashian. You know. Look at this shit again. See, this is small thinking. Take this young dude, let him pump a baby in me, knock me down, and then knock me up, have his baby. Kim, on the other hand, and she ain't too much younger than Kim. She 39. I think Kim is like 42, 43. Yeah, Kim is like 43 because I'm 42. I think Kim is a little older than me. But, yeah. Kim is worth 1.7. She done made her sister. Okay, excuse my pimping. Hold on a second. Eat books, good looking with the $5 holla. What game would you give to young ballers and rappers from being trapped by gold diggers? Should they avoid women on the road to get married like LeBron? Oh, and get married like LeBron? Good question. Hold on, let me acknowledge your other first. Good looking again. Eat books with the $2 holla. Maybe it's experience youth for him at last. Okay, so your question, right? What game would you give to young ballers and rappers from being trapped by gold diggers? Should they avoid women on the road and get married like LeBron? See, it's crazy that my broke ass, Freeze ain't got no money, but my broke ass has higher standards and more limited accessibility than a lot of these dudes, right? I don't make myself accessible to just any and everybody. But that's just the game in me, man. The game in me makes it where, I have to identify certain things about you beyond the fact that you're attractive physically in order to, grant you certain access to me. Like I've said before, some people you meet on the sidewalk, you have a good experience with them on the sidewalk and they cool, but you don't let them come beyond the sidewalk. Some people you meet at the doorstep, have a cool conversation with them, but you don't let them go past the doorstep. Then you got some people that might be a little more trustworthy. You allow them into your living room. You kick it with them in the living room, have a cool time with them in the living room, but it goes no further than that. Some other people, you might let them into the guest bedroom, spend the night, they cool, right? And then there's a place reserved for, an exclusive experience with you that only some people can go to, but most people can't go to, and that's the master bedroom, right? At your crib, you don't let any and everybody in your master bedroom. So with that being understood, this is how you should be if you're a young, successful man, whether you're a basketball player, athlete, rapper, whatever it is. You know, you should you got to have standards about yourself, especially when you understand the climate that we in, when you understand the predatory nature of a lot of these chicks that don't care about you, that don't respect you, that barely care about themselves or respect themselves, that'll crash and burn your whole situation for nothing. You know, you got to keep in mind, like, some of these chicks, right? It's just the truth because of the whole Me Too movement and everything like that. And everybody see what's going on with Cassie, and they think to themselves like, oh, everybody a victim. Everybody who cry and say somebody did something to them, believe them. You know, it take a lot of courage for a woman to step forward and say and admit and do this. And in some cases, that's true. But in 2024, you got to also understand why people are skeptical the way that they are. Why Slim Thug and others made the statements that they made about Cassie. It's not because they just didn't want to believe Cassie and they just so badly wanted to believe Diddy. No, it's because a lot of these chicks have lied and have been caught in their lies. You know what I mean? The situation with Duty Low. That grimy ass broad, she convinced her little, I think he was 6 years old or 5 years old at the time. She convinced her son to lie and say Duty Low did things to him that he never even did. This is the type of grimy chicks that exist, right? So when you consider stuff like that, again, like I mentioned before, Amber Heard, right? She lied on Johnny Depp. So, there's so many women out there that are just scandalous in nature. And when you're a successful young man and you understand that, you have to have guidelines, you have to have standards that not everybody can meet, right? Now, you know, one thing that it would make sense for these guys, these, as you say, ebooks, the ballers and rappers, one thing that it would make sense for them to keep in mind is that, hey, man, if you're going to mess with a chick, man, let it be a chick that got something to lose, right? And just because she has something to lose, that doesn't mean that she has to be rich. That doesn't mean that she has to have as much to lose as you. But just somebody that, you know, has a work ethic, has taken time to earn things, you know, like somebody who took the time to go to school for years and earn a degree. Or, you know, somebody who took out an auto loan and over the course of 5 years, she paid that car off. A lot of these chicks ain't never did nothing as simple as that. And that's not no rich person shit. You know, even if it's a Nissan Altima or a Toyota Camry or Corolla or whatever it is, she took out a loan, financed the car, and over the course of, you know, 3 years or 5 years or 7 years or whatever, she paid that car off. You know, that right there is going to say a whole lot about a chick, man. And these dudes, you know, they be so busy thinking with their little head and not their real head, they big head, that, you know, they fall for anything because they don't stand for nothing. So, you know, let it be that kind of stuff, you know, have those kind of standards, you know, see what kind of, you know, history this chick got. You know, what's the longest relationship you've been in? Okay, why did it end? How did it end? You know, and if it's a situation where, you know, she's telling you about the different relationships she's been in and every relationship ended because of something bad that he did and it's never anything bad that she did or that they both did, it's just all him. None of it is mutual. None of it is her fault. You know, that's a red flag, man. You know, and then if they just interview these chicks properly, right? Like, you know, What kind of work do you do? Okay, how long have you done that? And if she ain't done that for a very long time, and you know she's had a bunch of different dead end jobs that she ain't been able to maintain longer than 6 months, and she get fired for stupid shit like always showing up late, or drinking on the job, just little stupid shit that these chicks be doing, that these fine ass chicks be doing. A lot of these chicks that you just lust over and just can't wait to get in bed with. If you just understood how stupid a lot of them are, you avoid them like COVID, right? But a lot of these successful dudes, they never really had. Some of them never had the accessibility in the pick of women, the selection of women that they have once they get on, right? A lot of them weren't really ladies' men prior to. Some of them never had the opportunity to become ladies' men. Like somebody mentioned LeBron James. I'm pretty sure that LeBron, he always been that dude. When LeBron was in high school, his games was at the arena where the Cavs play. When he was in high school, when he was a kid. So you can just imagine the type of women that was throwing themselves at LeBron from early in the game, even though he been with his chick throughout this whole time. But I'm sure, a lot of chicks been throwing that thing at LeBron. And, he might have had some fun here and there. We don't know. But yeah, man, you got to have some kind of standards. Just make sure that you're dealing with a grown woman. Because a lot of these chicks are just children in women's bodies. Irresponsible, lazy, entitled, selfish, inconsiderate, right? So again, you got to stand for something, man. If it's a chick, she might just work at Best Buy, or she might have a telemarketing job, or she might be a bus driver, or whatever it is. If she been maintaining that job for years, then that says a lot of good things about her, right? She pay her bills on time. She ain't always borrowing money from somebody. She ain't always taking out payday loans and all that type of shit. She handle her business. She responsible. If she got kids, she taking care of her kids herself. Her kids ain't spread all over the land like the 12 tribes of Israel. And, this kid over here staying with auntie. This kid over there staying with grandma. This kid over here staying with unc. She ain't living like that. She take care of her kids. She take care of her responsibilities. You know what I mean? That's the type of chicks that if you, and a lot of those chicks are attractive. You have attractive women like that, that fit whatever you attracted to. You know what I mean? You just got to stand for something. And a lot of dudes, they don't understand, taking certain losses, right? And when you don't understand what a sting feels like, when you don't understand what a burn feels like, when you don't understand the pain of, making certain mistakes, you don't really have a fear of it, right? And a lot of these dudes that's on right now, they successful athletes, they successful musicians or whatever they are, YouTubers, content creators. A lot of these dudes, they don't understand what certain L's feel like. It's just like Sinful to P. If you go back and listen to a lot of his videos, he tells you himself that before he went to prison, he was pimping like the law didn't exist, because he had never been arrested before. And if you were to ask him like, yo, P, do you know this stuff is against the law, right? This is illegal. That's illegal. They'll get you for this, that, and the third. Intellectually, he understood that, but he didn't understand what it felt like to take certain L's. So that's why, in his own words, he was pimping like the law didn't exist. But once he felt that sting, once he felt that burn, then he understood, like, man, this shit ain't it. and he tightened up and he never went back to prison again. Right? So, unfortunately for some of these guys, they don't have a fear of consequences because they've never had to deal with certain consequences. And the unfortunate thing for some of them is that when, by the time they have to deal with certain consequences, it's too late. You know what I mean? Like Puffy. Puffy never had to deal with certain, legal ramifications of the things that he's doing or been doing for a long time. That video that we watched yesterday, pretty sure that ain't the first time Puff done put hands and feet on somebody that he's in a relationship with. And I'm pretty sure that if you were to ask Puff back in the day, like, hey, man, it's illegal to beat bitches up, right? It's illegal to put your hands and feet on people, right? Pretty sure if you'd have asked Puff this back in the day, he'd have been like, of course, yeah, I know, that's assault. That's a felony. They send people to prison for that. Pretty sure that he understood that intellectually. But he didn't understand, the sting of the consequences, right? I'm pretty sure Puff ain't putting his hands and feet on people now. You know what I mean? I'm sure he ain't doing that now. That's probably the furthest thing from his mind, Puff done turned into Puff Luther King. You know what I mean? Non-violent. Puff, done turned into the peacemaker. Right? So I say all that to say when it comes to young dudes that are highly successful, checking a lot of money, they got fame, a lot of them don't understand, and that's why they fall victim to the things that they fall victim to. That's why they make the mistakes that they make. But a lot of them, and even like, look at academics. Look at this shit. Hold on, let me show y'all. Speaking of this shit. Trying to find this post. Look at this shit. I guess yesterday was Academic's birthday, either yesterday or the day before, or something like that. Look at this chick. She look like she can't even put her eyes on him. You see how the whole time she got her eyes on the camera? Let me make sure I'm doing it right. I really don't want to kiss this fool on the cheek, but let me make sure I'm doing it right. Let me look and see that I'm doing it right while I'm doing it. Got broken fingernails and shit with these long, stupid ass nails that all these chicks be wanting but can't maintain because they careless and always breaking a damn nail. The day after, she probably just got her nails done the day before, she done already broke. Look like 2 of them is broke already. Damn shame. Booed up B-Day. Academics Boo shares some memories for his B-Day. Oh, okay, that ain't the... Then look how she be playing with him. But it's your boy Trickademics, man. Okay, so this is a prime example of cats, they just, I don't know, like maybe fat meat ain't greasy enough for trichodemics, because this is the same chick who he accused of stealing $500,000 out of his safes at his crib and running off with the $500,000. So he said that she stole $500,000 from him and then ran off to Houston. And after she ran off to Houston, she was cash apping dudes with the money that she stole from him, and hanging out with these dudes and tooting that thing up for these dudes and all of that, right? And he said the police done been to his crib like innumerable amount of times behind drama started by this chick or having to do with this chick, right? So she always got the police at his crib. She done stole $500,000 from him. She cash apping different dudes with the money she stole from them. She's dating, dudes who play on the practice squad for NFL teams, as he was saying. She done did all kind of crazy stuff, and then there's probably a lot of stuff that we don't even know about that she done. And I'm sure he ain't innocent neither, because we've seen videos of academics, getting physically aggressive with this chick. We done seen academics, he didn't do the puff, but he did the trial version of puff. He didn't do the full version of puff. He did the beginner course puff demonstration. But we done seen videos of Act getting physical with this girl in public, right? So he ain't completely innocent, but why would you kick it with somebody, man? I don't even know how he's comfortable doing it. And yeah, man, I'm sure the box is good. I'm sure the mouth is good. I like me a good box and a good mouth myself, but in the words of Snoop Dogg, man, ain't no ussy good enough to get burnt while I'm up in it, and that's realer than Real Deal Holyfield. So yeah, on that same token, man, ain't no vagina, ain't no box good enough to get stole from while I'm up in it. Ain't no vagina worth having the police kicking in my door and coming to the crib while I'm up in it. And that's realer than Real Deal Holyfield. You did? So, but again, like I say, academics, he just one of them guys, man, that, he should understand the sting of certain consequences, but, academics ain't never did no jail time. So you could just imagine if he's doing this with a chick who stole $500K from him, the lawsuit against him right now that's going on. Let's take a look at that. Facing a lawsuit alleging Grisnape, MAGA podcaster. Damn, they called academics is a MAGA podcaster. I didn't know he was a MAGA podcaster. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know academics was a MAGA podcaster? Let me see. Academics MAGA. Do he be wearing MAGA hats and shit? Is it like some pictures of academics with some MAGA gear on? Why they say he's a MAGA podcast? Oh, he got a picture with Trump. But that don't mean he's MAGA though. Or is that really Trump? That look like a fake ass Trump. That don't even look like the real Trump. Wouldn't be surprised if it was, but did y'all know academics was a MAGA podcaster? Wait, where is it? Ronaldo Jason said Mega. Dime Piece Juicer say Mega Trick Master. Yeah, he's a Mega Trick Master, but I didn't know he was MAGA though. I didn't know he was Make America Great Again podcaster academics. But anyway, the controversial podcaster whose real name is Livingston Allen claims the Grisnape allegations filed against him were prompted by his fame and wealth and stupidity and foolishness and goofiness and greenness. Podcaster and streamer DJ Academics is facing allegations of Grisnape and defamation, according to a lawsuit filed on Monday. Academics, whose real name is Livingston Allen, has a podcast and video content that focuses on the music industry, hip-hop news in particular. Allen has gained a right-wing following in recent years, seemingly due to his support for Donald Trump and his conspiratorial attacks on black women in the public eye, like Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis and rapper Meg Thee Stallion. He's managed to parlay his notoriety into massive online engagement that nets him interviews with well-known figures like Donald Trump Jr. The new allegations against Allen, made by writer Fawzia Abashi, are laid out in the civil lawsuit filed in New Jersey, where Allen lives. Abashi claims in her lawsuit that things went awry after she was invited to Allen's house one July night in 2022. Abashi says Allen invited her over on July 16th, but that she was greeted, drugged, and grisnaped on Allen's pool deck by two men she didn't expect to be there. Abashi claims she was given a drug that caused her to lose consciousness and that she woke up early the next morning as Allen was brutally grisnaping her. Crazy. Her suit claims that alleged grisnape by Allen's friends was captured on surveillance footage and that Allen played the footage back for her. Abashi says in the suit that she recorded audio of Allen admitting to cisnexual intercourse with her and obtained a grisnape kit that contained traces of his spermicide. Traces of his spermicide. How does she know it's his spermicide? But anyway. Sperm, yeah, but spermicide kills sperm. But anyway, Abashi's lawsuit states that she went to police with her claims but chose silence until Allen spoke online about the incident. Her defamation, but it's a bunch of clout because, chick, he didn't even say your name when he was talking about the situation. Didn't nobody know it was you till your goofy ass jumped online and said it was you. But Trickademics, as stupid as he was, he didn't even say your name. Her defamation allegation stems from Allen's claim in a December 2023 video that he hadn't had Isnex with Abash. Instead, he said she was getting trained by my two men's on my pool deck. My two men's. She was getting ran by my two men's on my pool deck. The Grisnape allegations are part of a civil case, meaning the burden of proof is significantly lower if her suit goes to trial than if Allen were charged with a crime. Allen issued a denial on his video stream Tuesday, calling the allegations a shakedown and blaming them on his race, his popularity, and alleged ramifications of his role in hyping up the beef between rappers Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Damn. I think you stretching it a little bit, Trickademics. My only comment should really be that whatever this is will be handled in court. Just know, according to the law and according to the police and according to all sanctioning governing authorities, academics is an innocent man who has who has not ever been charged with anything of the sort. That don't mean that he innocent. See, that shit don't mean nothing in today's times. It's a whole bunch of cats that ain't never been charged for nothing like this that's walking the yard right now. You dig? That has to do with any deviancy or anything like that. Has never been charged, will never be charged. That's a fact. The above was not Allen's only statement on the matter. He ended by offering a pretty grim threat to other folks in his industry. Let me tell y'all this about everybody in the industry. I'm going to tell y'all this right now. If ACT ever goes down, y'all are all going down with me because I hold no secrets from anybody. Academics is on this Nino Brown type shit. This is bigger than Nino Brown. Told y'all, if I go down, I'm taking a long list of people with me. Your boy Trickademics cold. Cold piece. Hold on. Eat books. Good looking with the $2 holla. Beating chicks, no. Puff was always a thief. Or beating chicks or no. Good looking. Christopher Lee. Good looking with the $2 holla. When box rules you, you never make good decisions. You ain't never lied, man. When the box is your God. Shit, I need to make a video talking about that. I could talk about that forever. When the box is your God. When the snatch is your God. But yeah, man, so even though he got this lawsuit against him and these allegations on him, you know, your boy Trickademics, he still don't know fat meat is greasy. He kicking it with this chick that he said stole $500,000 from him. And like I was saying, if he's careless enough, naive enough, foolish enough to kick it with a chick that he say stole $500,000 from him, then he's also naive enough to kick it with his partners who got him into this situation. His two mans, as he said, my two men's. His two mans that, you know, ran the chick that came over there to see him. Because, you know, that's grimy too. Like, you at your crib, you get drunk, you pass out in your room, in your bed. Then a chick comes over to see you, but instead of seeing you, she sees your mans, both of your mans. You know what I mean? And they end up running her. That's just grimy. You know, if especially if like it's not expected, it's not anticipated, it's not a part of the plan. You know, this chick came over there to see you, but you know, your partners end up taking her down. You know, broad gonna be a broad. And, you know, grimy dudes is going to be grimy dudes. So it's not like you got to be furious at either one of them. It's just you know how to deal with them moving forward, which should be not at all. Right? Especially when you rich and famous, your partners know that you got a whole lot to lose and they putting it on the line by taking this chick down that's there to see you and not them. You know, they gambled with your freedom. But if he's dumb enough to kick it with this chick after all that, I'm pretty sure he's still friends with them dudes. I'm pretty sure them dudes done been to his crib plenty of times after that. Even after his door got kicked in. His mama got put in handcuffs with him. Pretty sure he's still kicking it with them dudes. Right? Your boy Trickademics just don't learn. right? So, at this point, it's nothing that Pimpin could say to him. It's nothing that any wise person walking the earth can say to him to convince him to tighten up and be better moving forward. At this point, the only thing that's going to help Trickademics is Jesus. Trickademics need prayer. So, in the words of Jay Diggs, if you love Trickademics, then pray for him. You dig? Pray for him. Because that's about the only thing that's going to help Trickademics at this point. And I hate to see it. See, I called this. When I spoke on this a few months ago when he made that stupid ass video, I called this. I knew it was going to get ugly for him. And I hope that it doesn't get so ugly that he loses his freedom or he loses his fortune or anything like that. Even though Trickademics is lame as hell, he corny, he's stupid, careless, all of that. I don't wish anything bad on him. I think he got a good heart. He just a goofball that don't know better. And he's a young black man at the end of the day. And I'm rooting for all young black men that's successful, man. As long as you not no sucker or you not no, you ain't out here violating people. You could be lame as you want, man. If you're a young, successful black man, I'm going to root for you. You dig? As long as you ain't foul. But Trickademics, man. Come on, man. You dig? And this chick right here, this is a prime example of the chicks that I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if she done set that thing out there. Wouldn't be surprised if she done gave some money to somebody that's supposed to be some pimping or act like some pimping or may even be some pimping out there in Houston. Right? It's a lot of cats in the game out there in Houston that I'm pretty sure she knows. That I'm pretty sure she done cash out some of that money that she be getting from Trickademics. You dig? Pretty sure she done bust that thing open and set that thing out there for quite a few guys, or at least a guy or two or a few out there. And I don't know why this comment just now catching my eye. They stupid. Oh, man. I know she be scrubbing herself off in the shower like Jada Pinkett and set it off. Why they be coming at Trickademics cold, man? You think 50 Cent is going down with this lawsuit from his baby mama? Nah. I doubt it. 50 always been careful, but if Puffy and Weinstein fail, then she ain't safe with all his burned bridges. Then 50 ain't safe with all his burned bridges. Ebook. 50 is a little different, right? I think 50 is, even though he ain't got as much money as a Weinstein or a Puffy, I think 50 is smarter than them dudes in a lot of regards, right? Now, 50 probably done, I'm sure he done dealt with some scallywags in his day as well that he didn't have no business dealing with. But see, 50 to a certain extent is influenced by the game, right? I think he has a fascination with the game and people in the game. He had the PIMP song with the video. He had all the pimping in the video. My brother Dre was in the video. Shout out to Andre Taylor, Gorgeous Dre. He had a lot of other gentlemen from the lifestyle in the video. And, he's made several different songs about the game. So is he in the game or has he ever been in the game? No. Even though some people will argue that with me. Some people try to say that 50 done did some pimping before. No, he hasn't, because in order to do some pimping, you got to be some pimping. And 50 ain't never been no pimping. He probably done checked a trap or two or a few before. But whatever the case, 50 has a fascination and appreciation for this game, right? So it's just certain things, certain mistakes that a lot of these other dudes are going to make that I don't think 50 is going to make. You know, again, like I said, has he messed with some scallywags that he probably ain't had no business messing with, and he done put it all on the line by messing with certain chicks? Yeah, I believe that, you know. But I don't think 50 gonna make the same mistakes as a lot of these other people, man. Sylvia, you stupid. I'm in a bind, Nate, looking ass. Why they be doing academics like that, man? They stay chopping his ass up. But hey, I'm gonna do something real quick and I'm gonna be right back. Hey, listen, if you ain't wiped your feet off at the door when you stepped into a pimp's domain, please do so now. Hit that like button and stay right here. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back.
It's one of them joints right here, man, that you play when you feeling down on your ism, right? Play this shit right here and resuscitate your pimping and get you right back on your mission, right? For you hoes, this that shit you play when you ain't feeling like super hoe today. Play this shit right here and spark up your hoeing and get you right back going, you dig? Dig this. Pimps for real, don't mistake it for fashion. The turf that birthed my reputation for mashing was the track with active, attractive hoes. Professional goers that attract the dough. Like magnets to metal, never settle. We scorching them fag bitches pedal for them portions. My whores win it all. Not the ones on the sideline wishing but didn't ball in the guidelines. My bitches did it all. Down 7 below in the snow for dough. Over 120 in the sun for fun. They mash for hours, hooker baths, not showers. Bright and early, down and dirty for the cash and power. They gotta get the cash, the towers, and reach it all to a pimp. In my position, I'm all but exempt. These bras not wimps, I'm like them renegade bitches. BFFs with tricks but never getting paid riches. Grenade bitches, they dynamite, blowing up on the pimpin' and missing when the time is right. But when they life gets strife, they see pimpin' shining bright, but they action is life without. Bitch, one strike, you out. Can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga. See, that's the difference, nigga. The pimpin' mashing for these riches, nigga. Nothing like you master magician, niggas. Smoking mirrors with your game, hella extras to reflect the opposite appearance of a lame. Bitches coming from y'all, I can't rock with those. Tender-footed and rooted in them doctor shows. Soft shoe rituals, minute residuals. Papers on life support, your loots and critical. Something I learned about when running my earned route. And working with turnouts is murdering burnouts. Cause knocking one of you niggas for a scarred bitch. That's knocking one of you niggas for some garbage. I'm heartless regardless. Empty with sympathy, but banked up to the max with pimpathy. No remedy for me, I'm like this. My life is vice grip, synced in permanent ink. You can't rewrite this. My blood type is P positive, beautifully deposited with a lot of it. I'm popping this shit, and when I pop it so hard. I make a trapping ass bad bitch wanna hoe hard. Can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga. Come on, pimpin', man, pop that shit. Show these sucker niggas they can't stop that shit. Let these hookers know if they wanna cop that shit. Treat the bag like it's hot, bitch, and drop that shit. And to you hoes, if you ever took a loss, bitch, show these bitches how to bounce back like a boss, bitch. Let them know that the best way to floss, bitch, is reach that paper to some pimpin' hoe and toss it. Can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga.
Welcome back. Y'all already know, man, wipe your feet off at the door when you step into a pimp's domain. That like button. Rehydrate my game one time, man. Put some love in my body. Once again, if you ain't wiped your feet off at the door when you stepped into a pimp's domain, hit that like button. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, man, you know, the topic at hand, which is, you know, I don't want to be in the game at 30. I don't want to be doing this at 30. You know, that's the mindset of a lot of chicks, because the reason why they talk like that is because they really want something for nothing. You know, they want to milk the game, they want to use the game, but they don't like the game, they don't like anybody in it. That's the thing. A lot of chicks who talk like this, who say they don't want to be in the game at 30, they don't like the game. They really don't like anything about the game other than the money and the luxury of being able to be lazy and still survive in the game. Other than that, they don't like anything about the game. They don't like the people in the game. They don't like other 304's. They don't like the pimping or, you know, anybody to act like or try to claim to be some pimping. You know, they the only thing that they like about the game is the money. See, because when you like what you do and you want to be great at what you do, you want to understand what you do to the best of your ability, right? And you understand how to take the bitter with the sweet, and you know, you just want to understand the game as much as possible, right? See, these chicks who say that they don't want to be in the game by the time they 30, like I said earlier, they really don't want to be in the game at all. They don't want to be in the game tomorrow. They don't want to be in the game right now. But they say they don't want to be in the game by the time they're 30, right? See, I'm going to break down some differences between people who want to be in the game and people who don't want to be in the game at all when it comes to these young ladies, right? See, a young lady who don't want to be in the game, who just wants some money but she don't want to be in the game, when she's down and around outside, she got trick ray vision. She think everybody's a trick, so she's going to approach everybody like a trick. She just wants some money. She don't want to be out here. She don't want to be dealing with nobody in the game. She don't even want to be in the game, but she just wants some money. So she gonna try to get some money from whoever she see, whoever she can. She ain't going to try to determine whether or not, you know, she shouldn't be involved with this kind of person or that kind of person or the third. So she's approaching everybody like they're a trick, right? So she doesn't even take the time to understand, okay, this individual is probably a pimp. Let me stay in pocket. Let me not approach his car. Or, you know, this car right here got super dark tint, but just based on the kind of car that it is and the kind of music that I could hear, even though the windows is rolled up, I could still hear the faint sound of some music. More than likely it's a pimp that's in this car. Let me stay away from this kind of car. Or, you know, this person, they got a whole bunch of jewelry on. They got jewelry in their mouth, jewelry around their neck, jewelry on their hands and wrists. Let me stay away from this kind of person. You know what I mean? They don't think like that. They approach all of these types of guys like tricks. And granted, sometimes you have people that fit the descriptions that I just gave that are tricks. But, you know, a hoe ain't a lady in the game that really wants to be in the game, she's not going to take that gamble. But a chick that don't want to be in the game that just wants some money, she going to take that gamble. right? So she's gonna approach all kind of different guys that she shouldn't be approaching, and just like she'll approach a pimp as if he's a trick, she'll approach other guys. Cause see, the pimping ain't really dangerous to a chick like that. You know, pimp might talk some shit, or if he's like me, he might just stay in pocket on her. Well, shit, if you ain't gonna stay in pocket on me, I'm gonna stay in pocket on you. Cause if you're dumb enough to approach my car and ask me if I want to date without even paying attention to, you know, anything I got going on to determine that I'm not a trick. If you're dumb enough to approach my car and ask me if I want to date, then you're what I call dangerously stupid, and I don't want nothing to do with anybody or anything that's dangerously stupid. So I'm going to stay in pocket on your ass. I'm going to roll my window up on you. I'm going to keep my window rolled up on you, and you're going to just keep waving at me every time I pass by. Right? So, but the pimping doesn't really pose a threat to chicks like that. Now, but chicks who move like that, you know, they gonna approach people that are dangerous to them as well, without even being able to identify how dangerous somebody might be. They don't even know what to look for or to pay attention to determine whether or not somebody might be a threat to them. You know, so they end up in cars that they shouldn't end up in. They end up alone with guys that they shouldn't end up alone with, because they don't care. They just want some money. They don't care about protecting themselves. They don't care about avoiding danger. They don't care about provoking danger where there is no danger to begin with, because a lot of chicks do that too. Chicks who just want some money, you know, they provoke a lot of situations to become dangerous that didn't have to be dangerous in the first place. Because they can be disrespectful, they can be inconsiderate, they can be conniving, like trying to rob tricks for $50 and trying to rob tricks for $80. You know, that's how they provoke dangerous situations that didn't have to be dangerous in the first place. But they do this because they don't want to be in the game. You know, they don't have enough game to get, you know, more than $50, $60, or $80 from a trick, right? They don't have enough game to do that. And they don't really want to date the trick, but they want the trick's money. So they're going to try to figure out a way to snake this trick out of $80 or $60 and steal from them. And, you know, they putting themselves in a potentially dangerous situation, playing with grown-ass men, right? But these are all characteristics of somebody who I said don't want to be in the game, and is telling themselves they don't want to be in the game by the time they're 30, but they really don't even want to be in the game right now. They never wanted to be in the game. And apple bites, yeah, I agree with you. 30 isn't old. But like I said earlier in the video, towards the beginning of this video, you know, if you put yourself in the perspective of somebody who's 19, 20, 21, you know, to somebody like that, most people that young think that 30 is old, and I get it, and I don't have an argument with that, because I remember when I was young, late teens, early 20s, I thought 30 was old too. So I don't fault them for that. But, you know, the chicks who, like I said, say that they don't want to be in the game at 30, they really don't want to be in the game at all. They never wanted to be in the game. They just want some money. Now, on the other hand, you have chicks that do want to be in the game, right? That do want to be great at what they do. You know, they understand the difference. See, a chick that wants to be in the game, she knows how to be in pocket. Because just like she wants some money, she wants some safety. She wants to protect herself. She wants to keep herself out of harm's way. So she understands that, you know, game is going to protect her from a lot of stuff. Game is going to help her sidestep a lot of bullshit. So within the game that's protecting her, she's going to know, okay, that car looked like a pimp's car, or it look like a pimp driving that car. Let me stay away from that car. I'm not going to approach them and ask them if they want to date. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay in pocket, right? This is somebody who wants to be in the game, right? Also, somebody who wants to be in the game, there are certain things that a chick with some game is going to do when she's talking to a trick at his car window. There's certain things that she's going to do and say to determine, okay, this is somebody cool or this is somebody who's not cool. And she's not going to approach the car saying, hey, baby, you want to date? She knows how to say more than just that because she got some game, right? Again, the chick who don't want to be in the game, who just wants some money, that's the only thing she know how to say when she approach a car. Hey, baby, you want to date? Or when she approach somebody in the casino. Hey, baby, you want to date? But again, like I said, the chick that want to be in the game, when she approaches a car or when she approaches a trick, period, whether he's in a casino or wherever they might be, a bar, resort, whatever, right, event, a chick who does want to be in the game, she's thinking to herself while she's engaging with this trick, okay, I want some money, right? But at the same time that I want some money, I don't want to get hurt. So I don't want to put myself in a dangerous situation. Also, I don't want to go to jail. So I'm going to be careful about how I move and what I say because I don't want to do anything that's going to land me in jail. Even though, you know, the likelihood of going to jail when you outside really stomping down doing what you're doing, the likelihood is high. But at the same time, if you have something within your power that you can do to keep yourself out of jail, you're going to do that, right? You ain't going to be scared if you do go to jail, but you're going to do everything within your power to stay out of jail, right? So, yeah, this is the things that a chick got in mind. She wants to protect herself from danger. She wants to protect herself from diseases. She wants to protect herself from being impregnated by a trick. And she wants to protect herself from being hurt by a trick. And she wants to protect herself from going to jail. And she wants to make some money at the same time. Now, in order to properly navigate through the game and meet those objectives, you got to apply some game. In order to even appreciate game and acquire game, you got to want to be in the game. So again, when you want to be in the game, you're not thinking to yourself like, oh, I don't want to be doing this by the time I'm 30. And see, a lot of chicks, like I said earlier, who have that mindset that they don't want to be in the game by the time they're 30, a big part of the reason why they think that way is because they're surrounded by people. They were raised in environments and around people that, you know, condemn the game, that shun the game. Right? So everybody they know would shame them for being in the game. You know, would disown them or cast them away for being in the game. Right? So they really don't want to be in the game at all. They just like the money. And they like being lazy. So, yeah, man, that whole I don't want to be in the game at 30, whenever you hear a chick saying that, just understand everything else that she's saying within that statement, right? Understand what she's not saying while saying that at the same time. What she is saying while she's not saying what she's saying. She don't want to be in the game at all. She don't like other 304's in the game. She don't like pimps. She don't like tricks. She don't like dealing with tricks. She don't like breaking on tricks. She just like taking whatever tricks feel like giving her. She don't like applying game. She don't like soaking up game. She don't like learning game. She just like the money. That's it. So yeah, you see them chicks screaming that, just understand that. Kai Limitless say, what age should a 304 retire? See, it's not, as far as 304s retiring, right, there's not a particular age. There's not a set age where, okay, at 27, all 304s should retire, or at 35, nobody should be in the game past 35. Like, it's not a set age that ladies in the game should retire. But in spite of that, there are certain things that should change. As your age changes, your mindset should change. And as your age and your mindset changes, your desires should change. Your ambition should change. Right? Your attention to certain things should change. Right? So, like, because you got a lot of chicks, that are older than 30, older than 40, older than 50, that are getting BBLs, getting tummy tucks and other things done to their body. And their purpose for doing it doesn't really make sense. Right? They're doing it because they have the same interests of somebody who's much younger than them. Right? And see, when you in your 30s and your 40s and older, you shouldn't have the same interests as somebody that's 19, 20, 21. You shouldn't even be interested in the same things. Right? Because you should have long accomplished and moved beyond the things that a 19 and 20-year-old is endeavoring to accomplish and do and have. Right? You got chicks that are older that might have, $5,000 to their name and they bragging about it. Can you imagine somebody that's in their 40s, a woman in her 40s, and she's counting, $5,000, $10,000 even, but she has bad credit, her license is suspended, she don't have a car, and the reason why she don't have a car is because she got a DUI, and in order for her to have a car, she got to put a breathalyzer in it, but she don't want to put a breathalyzer in it, so she don't have a car. She living with family, or she hotel living, but she doesn't have a place of her own. You know what I mean? She borrowing money from her kids, and her kids can't never borrow money from her. And, she just doesn't have things together that somebody in their 40s should have together. Right? That's not cool. Now, again, somebody with that type of status counting 5,000 and 10,000, that's impressive to somebody who's in their late teens or early 20s. But that should not be impressive to you in your 40s. Right? It shouldn't. Now, if you in your 40s as a chick in the game and you have 5,000 or 10,000 and you counting that, it makes sense and it's okay and it's acceptable if that's what you made today or that's what you made within the past 24 hours. But you have much more than that stacked up somewhere, right? You got a whole lot more than that. That's not all that you have to your name. And just like you able to count that, you have your own place. You have your shit together. Your credit is cool. You pay your bills on time. You know, if people in your family need you financially, you're there for them and it won't hurt you, right? And then not just that, but, you know, you're empowering other people around you to make money and make power moves and make investments and things like that, right? See, when you in your 40s, you should be having thoughts like, okay, you know, I'm cool. I got my shit going on. I'm doing this, that, and the third. And, you know, I got my brother or my sister over here, or, you know, this family member, my cousin, whoever, over here, they independent, they cool, they doing their thing. You know, let me holler at them and see about us, you know, coming together and making certain investments with each other so that we all can be on, right? This is the type of stuff that you should be interested in at 40 years old or older. You know, you shouldn't be interested in just getting your body done because you want to look good on social media, but, you know, you ain't got your shit together. You ain't got nothing to your name. You still barely getting by. And, you know, you're not using it to enhance your ability to earn, right? You're not thinking to yourself, okay, I'm going to get my body done because that's going to empower me to move like this and make these kind of moves and access these kind of people that I couldn't access before so that I can make this happen, that happen, in the third. You're not thinking like that. You know what I mean? If you want to get your body done just so you could take pictures in the bathroom with your booty on the sink and you in your 40s, there's something wrong with that. Now, if you in your 20s and you wanted to get your body done so you could take pictures with your booty on the sink, it's understandable. Right? You know, I get it. You haven't lived enough. You haven't been through enough. So and then you don't understand your value. You don't understand what you're capable of. Ain't nobody opened your eyes to the possibility. So, you know, I get it. It's understandable. It makes sense. But these old baddies out here still getting it. Look at Dre and Michelle. Kai Limitless, see, we was just talking about Dre and Michelle. And you might have got here a little late, but yeah, even her, the things that she's interested in at her age. I don't know, it's cool, but, you know, somebody like her, I would expect her to be, you know, making bigger things happen. Not just for herself, but the people around her too. But to be fair, I don't know a whole lot about what she got going on behind the scenes, so I don't know. Right, like the Bells say, more than likely, she'll tell because her heart ain't in it. Yeah, that's real. Lavish Macadosha says, have you seen the Fine 304's podcast? What are your thoughts and would you be a guest? I can't really say. I know that she has a podcast, but I haven't watched it. I don't know if I would be a guest on her shit. I would probably have her be a guest on mine, even though I don't have a technical podcast per se. But I wouldn't mind having the Fine 304 as a guest on my show. But before I just would say, yeah, I'd be a guest on hers, I'd have to watch, you know, an episode or two or a few and understand what the podcast is about, you know, because I don't want to just associate myself with anything and everything, you know. So I'd have to go check it out. At this point, I'm not sure. Tyler, good looking with the $2 holla. How old was Martina when she left the game? That, Tyler, I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you. That I could not tell you. I'm not sure. And then play for Keeps T says Tyler Martina is still in the game, love. Yeah, see, that's one thing about somebody like Martina. You know, it's not even about at this point if she's in the game. The game is in her, right? And see, it's a difference. Like, you got some people that's in the game, but the game ain't in them. So when they leave the game, you know, the game doesn't stay with them because it was never in them, right? But then you have people that the game is in them. So wherever they go, whatever they do, whatever they involve themselves in, the game is in them. They taking the game with them. They're displaying the game, right? They're participating in the game in one way or another. So, you know, it's not really so much a matter of being in the game. You know, the game is in you, right? Like me, for instance, when it come a time where, you know, I might not be in the game in the same capacity because the game is in me, like, you always gonna see the game in me. No matter where I go, no matter what I'm doing, no matter what I got going on, no matter who I'm involved with, you gonna see the game in me. The game is gonna be displayed through me. The game is going to be demonstrated by and through me. So yeah. Martina, you know, she got the game in her. So the bell says Drea is getting a check from 3 professional athletes, two for sure based on the age of the kids. The last one, 18 years worth of child support. Yeah, and see, like I say, that's cool. But man, I don't know. I just think she could be doing bigger things than that with the type of clout that she has. Because she had clout even before she had a baby with this Jalen young man. She loves some P-zimping and some he's on. Yeah, you know, that's because the game is in her. The game ain't in everybody, though, so, you know, people don't understand that degree of the game when the game is in you as opposed to you just being in the game. It's a lot of people in the game, but the game ain't in them. Shit, nowadays, the majority of people in the game ain't in them. Ebook says, Freeze, can a bad experience or pretender like Snooki ruin the game in a potential 304? Or she was always a goofy for choosing wrong in the first place? I could see how the game could ruin a 304 like that, who done been with somebody like Snooki, because you got to keep in mind, right? Like, Snooki was balling. Snooki was having a lot of money. He was notorious. He was having it his way. He had a lot of young ladies that was, down for him. So for him to go down the way that he did, I could imagine how that could, scorn a young lady that was down for him at that time. And even possibly ruin a young lady that was down for him at that time. Right? But, if they're able to look at that as a learning experience, learn from it, and be better moving forward, then it ain't gonna ruin them. It's gonna serve as a lesson, and anything that has the outcome of a lesson is still a W at the end of it all, right? And see, a lot of chicks might be ruined because that might be the best example of a man that they've ever had, and it might be the best example of some pimping that they've ever had, right? So because it's the best example that they had in their life up until that point, they probably can't imagine something greater. They can't imagine something better, right? And a satisfied need no longer motivates. So if you satisfied by something, you're not gonna be motivated to go past that something. A satisfied need never does not motivate, right? A satisfied need no longer motivates. So again, this is the best example of a man, best example of a pimp that I've ever had. It doesn't get any better than this. So once that's over with, and he goes out like a coward and a snitch, and it's like, damn, I was with the best, and the best turned out to be this. It ain't even worth it. I ain't even gonna play with this shit no more. That's how a lot of chicks is gonna look at it, right? But again, like I said, if they learn from it and say to themselves, okay, well, there has to be a better man out there. There has to be a better pimp out there, right? What is it going to take for somebody to be better for me than this individual? Because I'm pretty sure if they reflect back and look at it, it's a lot of shit that they probably saw that might have been red flags, but they overlooked because of all of the pros, all of the good things that they saw allowed them to overlook the bad things, right? But the bad things were big things. They just weren't being actively bigger than the good things at the time, right? But if they can create an image in their mind of somebody that's better to have in their life, then they can seek that out. They can identify that when they see it, right? And the person that's better for them might not have a better situation than the one that they was in with that last individual, like in this case, Snooki, right? You might have somebody that's better for them. He might not have the money that Snooki had. He might not have the notoriety that Snooki had, but he might have way more pimping. He might have way more dignity and integrity as a man. He might have way more accountability for himself, right? As a man. The Bell, good looking with the $5 holla. Bro, have you had time to get in the studio? What's on your playlist rotation? I've been bumping Larry June and Primo Rice heavy. Yeah, man, I have actually, I ain't gonna lie, I had slowed down for a minute, but then I done got back in there. So I'm back on my shit. You know what I mean? I just was actually cooking something up last night, as a matter of fact. But, or no, not last night, the night before. Yeah, the night before I was whipping something up. So I'm back to it. But as far as what I've been listening to, yeah, I've been listening to Larry June heavy, Primo Rice heavy. I listen to Jay Diggs pretty heavy, Jay Stalin. Who else? I like a lot of Northern Cali music. Trying to think of who else I've been listening to. Then other than that, I listen to a whole bunch of old school shit. Old school Too Short, old school E40 in the Click, old school Mac Dre. Listening to a lot of old school shit, but as far as newer shit, and Jay Worthy too. I listen to Jay Worthy pretty heavy. Polyester the Saint. I listen to Polyester the Saint pretty heavy too. Anthony Danza. I listen to Anthony Danza pretty heavy. He's dope. So yeah. E-Books, good looking with the $2 holla. We need the Bossing Up and Snooki Doc reviews. Yeah, I could do that. I told y'all already that I would more than likely do a Bossing Up review, even though I know y'all asked Sinful for the review, and Sinful didn't want to do a review on Bossing Up because, Bossing Up is Bossing Up. But the Snooki documentary, I could do a review on that. That'll probably be more fun. I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. And Mess. Yeah, Mess is like forever in the rotation. You know what I mean? I'm definitely gonna keep oh yeah, and Jacka too. Yeah, Jacka and Mess stay forever in rotation. You know what I mean? No Young X. I know a lot of people be talking about Young X and I forget his partner's name. But I ain't even really gave him a chance. I can't say if they shit is good or bad. I know a lot of people like they shit, but I can't really tell you because I haven't really given them a chance. You know, but shout out to them. I know they doing their thing. I know they kind of like the ambassadors of the Yimp movement. But nah, Young X, I haven't really you make me want to go listen to his music later on because I know a lot of people say that his shit is good. So him and I forget his partner's name. I know he got a partner he be rapping with too. But I had to go check him out though. Brother Bill, good looking with the $2 holla, man. Glory to God for this game. Long live Philip Brandon Gilmore. Long live Sinful the P. Yes, indeed. Young Slowby. I like Slowby. Rest in peace to Slowby, man. Slowby was hard. I like Slowby. A lot of people didn't like him and a lot of people did like him. But I like Slowby. Slowby had some cool shit. Briss was hard. Yeah. Rest in peace to Briss. Rest in peace to Slowby. Briss was hard. Man, I'm so mad that Briss didn't get to go further, man. Briss would have been big right now. If he could have kept going, shit, Briss might, man. It's hard to say that he would have been bigger than Mozzie. I wouldn't be surprised, though. If Briss was still living right now and he ended up being bigger than Mozzie, I wouldn't be surprised. Briss was hard. Yeah, Briss was hard. Shout out to Briss. Long live Briss. I wish he would have had the chance to make more music because he was hard. Ebook say, freeze. Can you still enjoy the music of the artist got exposed as a goofy? Example, The Game, 40 Glock, Spider Loke being acting corny as F. Well, ebooks, 40 Glock, even before he was exposed as a goofy, like 40 Glock music is trash. Like 40 Glock is boo-boo. 40 Glock might be he might be the worst rapper to ever come from the West Coast, man. Like 40 Glock is trash. And I'm not just saying that because he lame as hell. Like, because you got certain lame people that make good music, but 40 Glock is just trash. Like, I don't know how anybody was ever able to enjoy his music except for himself and maybe his homies that, like, was cheerleading for him and everything like that. Spider Loke, on the other hand, I ain't gonna say Spider Loke was just trash, but he wasn't nothing like, ooh, put on that Spider Loke. You know what I mean? Like, he got songs with other people. Like, he got songs with G Unit that's hard. He got songs with Snoopy Blue. Damn, man, so many people done died, man. Rest in peace of Snoopy Blue. But, that Blutiful Day with Snoopy Blue, that's hard. But just Spider Loke by itself, I'm not finna just be riding around listening to Spider Loke. I'm not finna be working out to Spider Loke. He just ain't my cup of tea. So if somebody else enjoy his music, I can't be mad. I don't know. The Game, on the other hand, yeah, The Game. Hold on. Shit tripping. Okay. Oh, wait. Yeah, the game. Damn. Come on. What's going on? This is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. That shit get on my nerves. Okay. But yeah, the game on the other hand, man, the game is very talented. I thoroughly and heavily enjoy listening to Game's music. Is the Game somebody that I'd probably want to have as a homeboy or something like that? No. But, you know, the Game, I don't know anything about him being a snitch, or I don't know anything about him being a foul individual, or like, you know, yeah, just certain things is deal breakers for me. I don't know the Game to be, so I can still listen to his music. Oh yeah, the mechanics is hard. Do you listen to Spice One and MC8? Hell yeah. Two West Coast legends. Ed McAllister for sure. I'm listening to Spice One for sure. And MC8 for sure. Yeah, both of them is legendary individuals, you dig, from the West Coast. What about Lil B? I ain't never really been into Lil B. Lil B ain't never, he always been kind of like a strange individual to me. So, yeah, there will be, Lil B will be getting no play in the ride. Zero play in the ride, pimp. Lavish Macadosha say you liking Sporty Gotti shit? Yeah, Sporty Gotti dope. He got bars and he got delivery. Like he's Sporty Gotti got it. He got it all as far as a rapper. But I haven't listened to a lot of his music though. I done heard some freestyles that was dope as hell. But I'm sure he got a lot more music that I need to go check out. But yeah, Sporty Gotti is dope though. Shout out to him. Never played basketball with Game. Yeah, I've heard stories about him on the basketball court. I heard he be tripping. Y'all F with that new Kendrick song? Hell yeah. Somebody had to be crazy if they don't. New Kendrick is hard. Aaron Moses say, what's up, bro? Just joining. May have spoke on this, but what are some common post-game strategies 304's have that are practical? Common post-game strategies that 304's have that are practical. Well, you know, most chicks in the game don't have no post game no post game strategies. They have some post game ideas. They have some post game desires that really ain't about nothing. But strategies though, I don't really know too many 304s that got a post game strategy. They really don't. They just say that they want to have an LLC. They want to start a business as a nail tech, or you know, they want to start a hair business, but they don't have like a strategy behind it. Most of them, they just, you know, they just say whatever they see everybody else saying and try to do whatever they see everybody else doing. But yeah. But it's funny you mentioned the Game. eBooks saying with Rose Game, he defended 40 Glock. He said the tape of him getting his ass whooped was edited, but he's still a snitch. Nah, I don't know about saying defending 40 Glock. I don't know where you seen that at. Because 40 Glock was lame as hell. Sinful knew that. Game got some lame ways about himself too. You know that tape where he was beating 40 Glock up? That shit looked weak as hell. Them punches that Game was throwing in that video where he was, supposedly beating up 40 Glock. My daughter could punch harder than that. But 40 Glock was still lame as hell. Doing all that courtroom shit. All that snitching, that shit wasn't cool. But yeah, 40 Glock lame as hell. I ain't got nothing good to say about him at all. I ain't got nothing to say good about his music. I ain't got nothing to say good about him as a person. I done heard too many stories about him being lame from people that I know and whose opinion I value. People who done had lame ass experiences with him in jail, on the streets, all of that. Jack Mack, good looking with the $2 holla. How can tricks prevent getting catfished online? Use technology, man. Like I said, man, and I said this the other day, but I still stand firmly on that, man. How are you getting catfished in 2024? Seriously. You know how careless, how naive, how goofy you got to be to get catfished in 2024 with all this technology at your fingertips and in your favor? You got to be goofy as hell to get catfished in 2024. I don't even know how catfish is still able to survive in 2024, how they even still able to do their thing. Technology is too good, and it's too much technology available. So yeah, I don't know how you getting catfished in 2024. But hey, if you're getting catfished, you probably deserve it. I hate to say it, man. I hate to be harsh like that, man. But if you get catfished in 2024, it's because you supposed to. You deserve to get catfished. If you falling for that shit in 2024, it's because you're supposed to. It's something for everybody. Everybody got a purpose, man. And some people is just meant to be marks, man. It is what it is, In an ideal world, ain't no marks. But in reality, it's marks, man. And some people just supposed to get catfished. They supposed to get played. It is what it is. Eat books, good looking with the $2 holla. Sin said 40 was lame, but Game was no better. Yeah. Can't really argue. Well, nah. Yeah, they both got some lame ways about themselves, but Game ain't lame as 40 Glock. It's just certain things 40 Glock done said and done that just make him lamer. Like I remember somebody had caught a case in the game. I can't remember who it was, but it was some pimping, or somebody that's supposed to be some pimping at least. Somebody who was in the game caught a case, right? And 40 Glock, I remember him making a comment about the shit, talking about F a pimp, this crip, right? So he made that statement. He said, F a pimp, this crip, right? Basically saying like, I don't care about pimps. I don't rock with pimps, or whatever the case, right? Then, so he talking back down on the pimping, but then guess what 40 Glock catches a case for? And I think it was in Minnesota. He catch a case for Trisnafficking. Just a goofball. And that's just one of many goofy ass things he done did. But yeah, Game corny and lame his damn self, but I don't think he's as corny and lame as 40 Glock. But yeah, he ain't much better. I say he a little better. He ain't much better though. Jack Mack, good looking with the $2 holla. What to look for online to not get catfished? Like I said, man, if you're getting catfish online, offline, sideline, bottom line, top line, if you getting catfished in any kind of way in 2024, it's because you're supposed to be catfished. I don't know, man. Maybe you might got a catfish fetish, man. Everybody got fetishes for things, and it ain't nothing wrong with it having a fetish, man. You might got a catfish fetish. Maybe that's why you keep getting catfished. I don't know. You know what I mean? Now, if you really don't want to get catfished, then, hopefully you figure it out. But you might like getting catfished, and that's okay. You got tricks to have different fetishes, right? Like you got some tricks to have a fetish where they like to get stole from. Like they'll invite a 304 over to their crib, and it'll be like an Easter egg hunt where they'll leave different items around for a 304 to steal. Right? You got all different kinds of people with different kinds of fetishes. You know what I mean? We talked last night about people like they like getting vegetable carrots shoved up the wazoo. You dig? Some people like getting vegetable carrots ran up in them. Everybody got different fetishes, man. You might like to get catfished. That might just be your thing. And it ain't nothing wrong with that, man. And don't let nobody tell you that there's something wrong with being catfished. If that's what you like. I don't know. But yeah. Ebook says Freeze game is crying. He has multiple videos apologizing to 50 Cent, and then 2 hours later, GU not lame. Then the whole name dropping in Nipsey swagger jacking lame. Yeah, as far as his music, yeah, that's the biggest thing that I don't like about the game's rapping. He's the name drop king. There's never been anybody in the history of name dropping, especially in rap, but just name dropping period. Ain't nobody dropped as many names as the game. Game can't stop name dropping to save his life. But then again with his music too, Nipsey ain't the only person that he's swagger jacked. Game got songs where he sound like Nipsey, where he's intentionally trying to sound like Nipsey. He got songs where he's intentionally trying to sound like Nas. He got songs where he's intentionally trying to sound like Dr. Dre. The list goes on and on, man. Like the game, he's a good ass chameleon. He probably the best chameleon in the game as far as like morphing his style with the rapping into to be other rappers. Yeah. The game, he probably the best when it comes to that. Freeze Chino XL got game beat with the name drops. Nah. Chino XL just did that in one song. And he was dissing everybody whose name he dropped. So, but Chino XL ain't made a career out of name dropping. Like the game made a career out of it. You dig? Puffy doing the reverse Bugs Bunny Elmer Fudd, chasing Cassie like a cartoon. Yeah. Yeah, that's real. Ebook say not just the flow. I'm talking about the Nipsey D riding, despite Wack talking smack about him. R.I.P. Nip. Yeah. 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 But this is what you got to understand about life, right? You got to have every kind of person. Even the kind of people that you don't like, even the kind of people that you despise. There's every kind of person that's going to exist. And, me, I don't get bent out of shape for people being the types of people that they are, right? You know, Diddy doing all the stuff that he doing, you know, Drake being lame in all the ways that Drake is lame. Your boy Trickademics being a goofball in every way that he's a goofball. Scandalous broads being scandalous, scandalous dudes being scandalous. You know, you're going to have every kind of person. So like me, I don't get bent out of shape for people being who they are and what they are and all of that. You know, I just determine whether or not, you know, I'm going to, you know, direct any attention towards certain people and things and just keep it pushing. But, you know, I don't get excited or surprised by people being lame in the ways that they lame. Hey, it just is what it is. People gonna be who they are. In the words of Nipsey, I don't stress out, nigga. Poke my chest out, nigga. You did. You this on in life and still don't know who you want to be. These niggas is cornballs. No ism at all. Right, K.E. in his own lane, man. You know, again, see, it just goes to show you that just because somebody got a lot of money and fame and clout or whatever doesn't mean that they good at everything or that they are the smartest or the wisest or whatever, the most integral. You got every kind of person out there. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up in just a minute. Answer a few more questions, read a few more comments, and we're going to wrap it up. But listen, if you ain't wiped your feet off at the door when you stepped into a pimp's domain, please do so now. Hit that like button. We had 189 likes. Let's at least get up to 200 before we get up out of here, man. I know 11 of y'all ain't wiped your feet off at the door. Hit that like button. Ebook says, Game went from D-Rod and Rick Ross, and now he's Officer Ricky. Last year, Eminem was the GOAT, but several months later, he dissing him. What the F, bipolar is? Yeah. Hey, people gonna be who they are, man. But the game ain't showing you something new. Like, it ain't like he's showing you somebody that he wasn't. He been who he is. Like, none of this stuff that's going on in recent times, it don't surprise me. Don't surprise a pimp, man. Lojo says, the title reminds me of Slim, Tiny, and Ruby. What does the future hold for them? Calamity. Depression. Failure. That's what the future holds for them. Those are some very confused individuals whose names you just mentioned. Extremely confused. And by the time they figure it out, they're going to be somebody's grandma. All of them. Ebook says, Jack Mack, damn, Jack. Like Sin would say, these Nias want you to pimp for them. Where you at? Want me to trick for you? You spending though. I'm the resident cheap trick here. Jack Mack says, ebooks, I don't understand what you mean. Jack Mack, you strike me as a young individual, but that you probably ain't as young as I think you are, though. How old are you, Jack Mack? Quick question. How do you ultimately win this game? going bachelor. I don't know what you mean, but see, like me, I like infinite games. You got finite games and you got infinite games. Infinite games, ain't really about winning or losing. It's just about staying in the game at the highest level. So that's what I think about. Infinite games is just about staying active in the game and then, leaving something behind when you're no longer here to help those that are still active in the game once you're gone. That's the type of stuff I think about. I don't think about an end of the game I don't think like that. Ebook says, Freeze, who's more emotional, Game or Kanye? I would say 50 qualifies with his woman issues. Who's more emotional between the Game and Kanye? I don't know. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. It's hard to say. Aaron Moses says, do you think it would make the game better if 304's had an exit plan from the beginning or developed a practical one? Nah. The game would be better if people in the game actually wanted to be in the game and understood the game. See, because what you're saying basically is like, that's the problem with a lot of chicks. If they have an exit plan in mind when they start the game and, like they thinking to themselves, okay, by the time the game is over with, this is what I want, this is how I want to be or whatever. Like, usually chicks like that, they feel entitled to something that they haven't earned, right? And what you got to keep in mind is that a lot of chicks in the game don't have any work ethic. They haven't earned anything extracurricular that they didn't have to earn. Like they might have earned a high school diploma or a GED because they had to. But being in the game is a choice. And a lot of chicks, they just don't have it in them to be to perform something extracurricular consistently at a high level for an extended period of time, right? Like most of these chicks, if you ask them, when's the last time they did something extracurricular that they didn't have to, that they chose to do for at least 6 months, whether it was reading for 30 minutes every day, walking for 30 minutes every day, or even 20 minutes every day. Sticking to a certain diet, or, just anything that they didn't have to do that they chose to do that they did consistently for 6 months. Most chicks in the game can't tell you anything like that. Most of these chicks, when they get in the game real young, they either never had a job or they've had a lot of different jobs at, fast food restaurants, Walmart or Target, like minimum wage jobs that they didn't maintain for more than 30 days because they was always showing up late or they did something stupid on the job to get fired. This is the reality for a lot of chicks this young getting in the game, right? So to think that those types of chicks should have an exit plan is ridiculous. And then, like I said at the beginning of the video, in order for a chick, because see, they think about the end, but they don't think about during. They don't think about being successful while they're in the game. All they thinking about is when the game is over, I want to have this. But they're not thinking about the process, what it's going to take between now and then to secure that, right? So they're not thinking about being great while they're in the game. If a bitch ain't being great while she's in the game, she don't deserve nothing after the game. If she's not doing right by the game while she's in the game, she don't deserve nothing after the game. You know, if she's being a junkie or an alcoholic or an irresponsible mom or a foul family member to her family, you know what I mean? If she being scandalous to everybody that she know, you know, if she's you know, trying to milk the pimpin' for the game or convenience and ain't trying to be an asset to the pimpin' at the same time, if she's trying to steal game from other 304's in the game, if she just don't mean nobody and nothing in the game no good, not even herself, while she's in the game, she don't deserve nothing from the game after the game, right? And that's the reality of the majority of chicks in the game, right? Now, if a chick is focused on being great while she's in the game and she's doing her best to be great while she's in the game and she's doing right by the people she's around in the game and involved with in the game while she's in the game, then, you know, it's okay for a chick like that to have an exit plan or you know, things that she wants to have going on while after the game. But my experience, you know, chicks that's in the game, that's great at what they doing while they in the game, they not thinking about, you know, what they gonna have after the game. They just know they want to be great while they in the game. And it's not to say that that is foolish or that they should be thinking about after the game. They're just so focused on being great while they're in the game. They're not thinking to themselves, oh, I want to be done with the game at 30 or I want to be done at 35 and all that. They're not thinking like that. They just know that, like, I'm great right now. Let me continue being great. Right? Just like anybody else in any other career. You know what I mean? Like, professional athletes, you know, they might have an idea of what they want after they retire, but they not getting in the game day one before they even suited up and before they even played one game. They're like, oh, man, after the game, I'm going to have it like this. No, they think about being great while they in the game. I want to be a Hall of Famer at the end of the game. In order to be a Hall of Famer at the end of the game, I got to do legendary shit. I got to perform. I got to go hard. You know? I want to win a championship while I'm in the game. I don't want to just retire and, you know, have a barber shop or, you know, do some regular shit. No, I want to be a Hall of Famer while I'm in the game. I want to be great. I want people to be talking about me and remembering me after I'm gone. Right? I want to be in the Hall of Fame. So, you know, again, young ladies in the game, if they had that type of mindset of being Hall of Fame 304's and being great in the game while they in the game, you know, they'd have a lot more options when it comes time to retire from the game, if it becomes a time. You know, they'd you know, they'd be able to do things a lot. The transition would be a lot smoother, right? But yeah, man, it'd be too much talk about after the game for people that's barely in the game. That's the problem with the game. You got all these people that barely in the game talking about after the game. Most of these chicks is barely even in this shit and don't want to be in it, let alone be great while they in it. So, yeah. But shout out to the chicks that's still true to the game, is serious about the game, dedicated to the game, playing the game the right way, whether they in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60s. You know what I mean? I done seen some chicks in their 60s still getting it, still breaking on tricks. You know what I mean? Shout out to them, right? They got more shit going on and you know, more game, more materials, more everything than some of these young chicks that might look at them and talk shit. Yeah, shout out to them. You dig? But yeah, we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing on up. Again, if you ain't wiped your feet off at the door when you stepped into a pimp's domain, Please do so now. What I mean by that, hit that like button before we get up out of here. And this is what separates the young 304's from the old 304's. 100. Sylvia, yes indeed. Let me put some love in my body, man, and hydrate my game one more time before we get up out of here. Okay. As always, I appreciate y'all for tuning in and tapping in with a pimp. I appreciate all the comments, questions, jokes, feedback, input, all that good stuff. I appreciate you for sharing this video. I appreciate you for subscribing and hitting the bell when you subscribe. I appreciate all the super chats, the cash apps, the PayPals. I appreciate your support in every which way that you comes with it, man. Y'all already know who it is and what it is. Freeze is it. If you out in traffic moving around, please do so in a safe fashion. And of course, as always, long live the incomparable Sinful to P. We out.